folks. See you all. You're doing great. Bit a bit. Good to see you. Back for a little blood in the Clocktower. Get the mystery music going. For the mystery of who could be evil, we figure out who it is. Good to see you all. It's been a bit, and the semester's been pretty challenging, but thankfully the semester is completely over. Completely over. Now it's just summer research. And we finally kicked that into gear. And I tell you, it's just such a different vibe as soon as the classes are over. And we had, and you probably heard, I actually teach at Florida State University. Yeah, so we turn off the music for this. So I teach at Florida State University. We had an incident a couple weeks ago. It's pretty crazy. I was nowhere near campus, but for those who don't know, it's all over the news. There was a campus shooting. It was pretty terrible, and obviously that's horrible. The whole community's like reeling from it, and I can't really add too much to that discussion other than it's horrible. It's horrible. But the impact on the grading and the semester was like immediate. Like I appreciate that, folks. We're you do what you can. I mean, there are lots of things I could say about it, but the impact on my life, thankfully, was I mean, frankly, it was more just how we how all the faculty try to grade the students for the term, because a lot of students are traumatized, and so how do we grade the semester fairly? So basically, we gave all the students the option that, hey, whatever grade you have now, you can just take that as your final grade. And so you kind of had to have two grading tiers for your semester. But thankfully for my class, a lot of the students, it was an elective class, and it made sense for the students to take their current grade. So in my semester, I was able to wrap up pretty quickly. But anyway, but I'm all good. My family's all good. All the people in my lab are good. But yeah, I mean, but it created this whole, like, on Easter Sunday, we all got this email saying, hey, this is what you all need to do, like, immediately. We're like, oh, okay. But in any case, the semester wrapped up. I still ran lectures. I ran them all remotely. We had to give students the chance to do things remotely so they can watch things from home where they felt safe, etc. Thank you. Again, everyone in my life is fine and safe. Everyone in my lab is fine and safe. All the students that I teach, as far as I know, are fine and safe. But yeah, but it was a big deal. I mean, I happened to be off campus that day, and I was driving around. I had to do some errand, and right around lunchtime, and I was driving around, and like I pull into a parking lot, and I get an alert. You get like those big alerts about what's going down, and so we were nowhere near campus, but I happened to be near the hospital, and immediately I hear sirens whirring past, and I was like, oh my god, like this guy. I don't think that's a coincidence that right as this little alert goes out, that's the case. But yeah, but I'm good. Not to leave this on a downer. I'm sorry, but like that. But it was been an eventful few weeks. But now semester is over, into summer term. I don't teach during the summer terms. Tenure track faculty tend not to. Instead, I do all my research projects. We have some pretty big ones that we're working on now, which are pretty intense. Some of the more intense research projects that I've run are going on right now. So I have at least I have a major industry research project where they actually want us to build like a prototype of this robot concept, and because they need it on a deadline, basically they're contracting us almost like we're an R&D wing of their facilities. So we are on like calendar schedule. Like we have like the whole, if project planning, you have the little lines on the Gantt chart. We're doing all this stuff, and my students are working very hard. It's almost like they're industry engineers at the same time doing a research project. It's very intensive, but the good news is that they're funding the building of this robot, which is ours which is ours from start to finish. So we can, nice thing about that is that when you have it, you can fix it. Yeah. Yeah, no, appreciate that. No, so let me see what's going on in the chat here. So we're gonna be okay. By the way, we'll be playing Blood in the Clock Tower today. Should be Trouble Brewing. I'm told there'll be a marionette added. We'll get to that. For those who are new, welcome. Those who've come back, which is basically everyone. It's good to see you. Um, did y'all feel the earthquake now? I'm curious where you got an earthquake. Um, yeah, it was very scary for a lot of people. So also the other thing is where my campus is, like I'm on the engineering campus, which is shared between Florida State and Florida A&M. So it's kind of off campus. It's like an innovation park off campus area. So we were nowhere near where that was, thankfully. But like those students, all the students got the alerts just the same. Like if they're in a classroom, they're like, shelter in place. It was very scary for them, and I feel for it's very scary for everyone, but I don't want to pretend like I had the worst of it. People had, it was a real rough time for people. All right, yeah, understood. Yeah, I know what you meant. You gab a goof. Yeah, no. So for those who are unaware of the state of science in the United States right now, it's science and engineering funding can be tricky for all kinds of reasons. You can read in the news. You can read in the news. Sit down with me in person. I'll tell you all I think about that. But I so far have been fortunate that by complete luck, I happen to be on my research funding, grant funding tends to come through things that have not yet been cut. So my students are okay. They have funding, but you never know. You never know in this environment, right? Yeah. Oh, so Bob, you work in research admin. Godspeed. Godspeed. I mean, uh, so I mean, there are people. I mean, the other thing is in engineering, because I'm in engineering research, we are still vulnerable to this stuff, and at some point maybe, but like because lots of interests groups want engineering, like there's a very clear applied outcome to it. We tend not to be targeted in the same way, right? Um, so that's how. So like it's still bad. It's all the amount of funding that's going to be available is going to be completely just decimated. It's bad. It's bad. I'm sorry. I'm not being political here. I'm just stating the state, telling you the state of what scientific research is going to be on this path is not good. But we have been lucky that it just so happened for some reason a lot of my work is very applied, like in the scheme of academic research. I did not expect that. I expected to be a lot more theoretical guy, but it turns out our group has developed a really great skill set for applying robot controllers to interesting robots, and to the point where industry is very interested. So we were lucky in that way. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you work in an engineering and ag school. Oh boy, I'm sure it's not good regardless, because lots of funding. I mean, for those who don't know, I mean, whenever you see a scientific study published, and a news outlet study says this, right? I mean, that study is funded by someone. It's funded often by the federal government or state governments or whatever government entities in your country. There are industry grants as well. They exist, but and those fund our laboratories. Like I run a laboratory, and then my students, basically the money just goes straight to my students. Like a part of it goes to the university. The rest kind of gets filtered down to students. Make sure I didn't miss a Dwight. Uh, so we'll be playing with Dwight's stream. Just so you know, make sure I didn't miss a message. Normally he's very. I don't want to miss one. Um, yeah. And so what that means practically, so if all of a sudden one of these entities, be it the National Science Foundation, National Institutes of Health, or pick any like many number of government agencies, or even some of the private funding that I get, if they have financial problems, right? If they cut your funding, then that means that your students don't have a job. That's what that means. And that's what keeps us up at night. You wonder like what professors who work in research universities do. Yes, we teach. We want to make sure our students are learning. We teach in the classes. We have service responsibilities. But the thing that keeps me up at night is that something will happen and my students don't have funding to finish. To finish their degrees. Like right now, I just graduated with another PhD student a couple weeks ago. At least he defended. He will graduate technically in the summer, which is great for him. He did fantastic bipedal robotic control work. He's going to be presenting it at a conference in a couple of weeks, robotics conference. Um, Junior and what we and so people in the chat are spitting facts here that basically it's particularly bad for younger professors. By younger we mean who started more recently. They call them junior faculty. Um, I'm on what's called the tenure track, meaning, and I've gotten tenure. I've already, which means that I passed like a 6-year probationary period, which as a junior faculty, where I have to prove myself to the university and the broader research community that I'm worthwhile to give tenure. And if you don't get tenure, you're fired. That's how it works. And so it's a very scary time for these junior faculty because they are trying to prove themselves and the prerequisite to any of that is getting funding for your research, right? You get some money from the university up front to start you off, to hire some students to get the equipment you need. It's called startup funds. But then you're applying for grants from this organization, this foundation, so hopefully something hits and they fund your research program, right? If you don't get funding, it's very, very, very hard to get tenure. And if you don't get tenure, you're fired, right? So that's very scary for the junior faculty. That's how it works. So this is more like this is how science works in terms of the process of building a research program. And so I was fortunate that I did a lot of my proving of myself a couple years ago, getting research funding and publishing papers, enough papers that people liked, and made a name for myself enough. Anyway, not to go through my career, but that's what all these other professors are doing. If you're in college and you look on your professor's website, let's say you're in the United States. Okay, we'll just talk about the United States because it's easier for me because the things change from country to country. If you're in the United States and you're a student at a college, you can go look up your professor. Maybe look up a professor you had in college if you went to college, or if you know a professor. You can go to their website, like their page on the university website, and you see what kind of professor they are. Okay. And if it says assistant, associate, or just professor, like assistant professor, associate professor, or professor, they are, quote, tenure track faculty, probably, meaning that they are subject to this whole process. If they are assistant professor, that means they're junior. They probably don't have tenure yet. If they're associate, they probably do have tenure. There's some wiggle room there. And if they're full professor, that means they've been promoted further. So lowest is assistant, associate, full professor. So let's see what's going on. I'm at a large, I'm faculty at a large public university. I've been a nightmare for these past few months. DD, I feel you. I wish you well. I especially for people who are in more vulnerable situations than me. I mean, some of the organizations have been hit harder than others. Like hypothetically, if you were working in National Science Foundation money, that's going to be a challenge. If you're in National Institutes of Health money, that's going to be a challenge. If you're in the Department of Defense money, that's been safer, right? And that doesn't, by the way, for those who are curious, that does not mean you're building weapons. That if you're doing departments of, there's lots of very interesting fundamental research funded by the Department of Defense that is fully public and just pure science stuff. So it doesn't mean that you're building a bomb, right? But like but that so far has been untouched. At least I say untouched. That's not right, but that's been a lot safer. Private funding from from non-governmental organizations, a different story. Department of Education funding, real rough for them. Let's see. Make sure I don't miss. By the way, if you're in Dwight's stream and for some reason they've done. Oh wait, I got it. Oh my, I missed it. I'm coming in. I see the Dwight stream. I just missed the text somehow. Let me get set. Okay. So anyway, it's a challenge. Sorry to keep Dwight waiting. If you're in Dwight's thing and they're waiting for me, just Christian got talking. You can apologize. You can say I apologize. Let's see. All right, how does this work? It's been a while. All right. I gotta log back into this. So if you know a professor who, specifically if they work in research, or a student or a researcher in general, or a postdoc, Yeah, just know that they're going through. They could be going through it right now. I mean, the worst people have it. The worst are people like who have really bad are people who have fellowship money from like National Science Foundation. They are paid directly by the federal government, and if that gets cut off, they don't get paid. All right. Okay, we're heading in.
Timed out because I didn't make any like deposits or withdrawals from it for a really long time. And I was like, the reason I didn't is because your interface sucks and it's always down. And so I like had like an argument with them about it. And then they finally agreed to let me access my money. And then I was like, great, with my first act of power, I'm going to close this account because I don't like you. It's not a good customer.
Wow. Well, if you have a bank rack in San Francisco, let me know.
Drop your bank recs in the chat.
Right now, Taryn looks a lot like that ET video, the picture of ET, you know, with the wig. He's exhausted.
What?
Am I wrong?
ET like the
No
the
idea what
movie?
you're talking about.
When
Charon's like
exhausted
instantly.
and
I
big.
nominate Omer. This
Yeah,
is
the
a-
Heidi Klum one that she dressed up as.
I think Taryn looks great,
Yeah.
Omer.
Omer has been texting me like, "Let's work together this time," and then that's the first thing out of his mouth.
You look like an alien with a wig on.
He's throwing us off the scent, you know?
Yeah, it was a diversion.
As a
I
live
saw a
feed
move
watcher, you
from
should know.
seat 2 to whatever the seat was.
Folks, we are playing Trouble Brewing today. Trouble Brewing with a marionette on the script, I believe. Let's pull it up just to see if that's the case. Oh, yeah, indeed it is.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's definitely you.
Debatable.
So what script are we playing? Oh, there we go. It's fixed.
I think it's TB Marionette.
Great.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't
Needed
do
this.
Sex and Violets again.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get changed away from the demon again. That was so annoying.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That was a very crazy one.
Omer sucks.
You suck.
Omer does suck.
You Sarah Novus ass.
Omer ruined it for both teams.
Yeah.
We won. We literally
Let me how to
won.
turn my camera on this website. I had to make a new account because it wouldn't let me log in.
Go to settings and then try under chat. Try running the setup.
Oh yeah, Sam's great. I've got to play with him offline, and he's a part of one of our recorded games as well. We recorded game 4 of Survivor's Playbook on the Clocktower. That should be coming out not too long. Yeah, he played with us there. You'll learn more about that later. But yeah, I think we're actually recording another game this week, and then another game later. So we're starting to record more games.
The only live player with 3 evil players, and nobody would, believe me.
Well, everyone would believe
We
you
believed
that
you
time.
eventually.
Yeah, we all believed you.
Pretty quickly.
After all the votes were gone. Franny, you believed me.
We actually
did believe
won
you.
though.
We didn't have.
We
enough
won,
votes.
but Omer, if you hadn't read the whole fucking Grim, we wouldn't have won on a technicality. We would have won
Maybe if Omer
normally.
didn't try to accuse me, like
Yeah, that was
Okay.
a mistake.
hello, as part of his big theatrical
Reveal.
Yeah.
I had it all right up until the end. Classic.
What was
Tale
it?
of
What
Survivor.
was Sean's like bombs dropping or whatever? What do you call them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truth bombs.
Oh, what was it?
The truth bomb.
Truth
Bombs. Yeah.
Omer dropped a big truth bomb that ended with, "Therefore, we should all vote for Sam." And I'm like, wait, whoa.
Or the other lady.
Yeah.
Just don't trust Omer. I think is
Right.
like really good information for all of us.
Literally,
to
what I was saying
have.
was right. You weren't even there, Kirsten.
Yeah, but I know enough of your
British
energy.
Columbia ass bitch. And guess what? Nobody's gonna.
Yes, Survivor playing Sex and Violets, Sex and Violets, S&V we'll call it, is in the cards. It is in the cards.
Movie at my place of work just this week. So.
Ooh, Lifetime got money.
I can't wait for Survivor to change their permanent filming location to the Outer Banks. Oh God.
That's they're really cutting costs.
Huh?
That's when they're really cutting costs at that point.
Yeah.
Survivor Harlem's gonna be amazing.
I swear I've had a dream in my life where like, Survivors is filming like, in Charleston, as a like
I was prepared for a Zoom season back when I was doing 41.
I think you
Or,
would have
like,
done
it'll
really
be the same.
well.
It'll be the
On
same.
Zoom?
Yeah, you would have crushed on a Zoom season, Zach. I think you would have really
Yeah.
cleared house.
Jeff is like, all right, everybody, for your next challenge, check your email. There should be a link.
That would be so good. Jeff hosts the entire thing from his phone, joined from his phone on Zoom. Can't even see his
And then we need you to take out your tennis balls now.
Right.
Wasn't there like a Zoom Survivor thing during COVID that then got canceled?
Oh yeah, it was sequester.
Oh, we don't have time to get into sequester lord today.
No. Dude, I was cooped up in my college apartment watching Abby Maria cook on that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Same, Sam. Oh, my God.
Oh man. Taryn, you know who I ran into from sequester, by the way?
Who?
I ran into I think his name is Brendan.
Brendan, yeah.
Yes, I ran into him and he was like, "Oh, you probably don't know who I am." He was like, "Brendan." I was like, "Wait, were you from the sequester influencer game?"
Yeah,
Not
he's a friend of
the
mine. We hang out.
sequester influencer game instead of the actual TV show that he was on.
No, that's where I knew him from. I was like, "Yeah, you were runner up." I
Yeah.
was like blown away.
it's fine. I learned about Zach from Squid Game.
You're right.
Jack.
Who's Jack?
I don't know who Jack is.
Why are there two outsiders at base? That's so annoying.
Yeah, 2 outsiders, 1 minion is kind of.
Dwight hates us. There's too much ocean in Terran's fucking motion. I mean, the opposite.
What?
There's too much motion in that fucking ocean. He needs to stop walking.
Oh my god.
I'll walk all I want.
I like it.
Ugh,
It
you
keeps
can
me on
hear
my
us still.
toes.
Taryn, that is literally goals for me. That what you achieved here. I love walking. I hate running, but I love walking. And
Yeah, I want to get a walking pad and a standing desk. But then I don't want to be that person at work who's walking in a work meeting. I feel like that is like a menacing vibe. Sorry, Taryn. It is a little menacing.
It's very menacing, especially coming
Well,
from Taryn.
I wouldn't do it in a work meeting, but I'll do it here.
I've never seen that movie, but It Follows.
Oh, that's a pretty good movie.
It's also giving like The Long Walk. I don't know if people saw the preview.
That's gonna be a movie soon.
I'm so excited. My favorite
Everyone
Stephen King book.
leave a token
Me
of some kind,
too.
correct?
Yes.
Everyone leaves a token?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. Lovely. Good night.
Okay, we're gonna deafen our friends here. So we are the empath, allegedly. So, how are we gonna handle this situation? All right. Now, I believe the meme about the so for those who don't know, welcome to Blood in the Clocktower. We are trying to determine who's good and who's bad. We are good. At least we think we're good as of right now. Okay. Our power is that we learn each night which of our how many of our 2 alive neighbors are evil. Okay. Which means that right now we're gonna be learning whether or not Kirsten here, what is that? K10 said what? People have. Oh, I'm glad that Mitch changed his name to Zach here because I can't stand these username changes. It makes it so hard for me. Either Kirsten or Sam here are evil. We're gonna learn how many of them are evil. Obviously, there are all kinds of ways we can be wrong. We could not be the empath. We could be drunk. We could be poisoned if we are chosen to be poisoned. Or we could be sitting next to either the recluse or the spy. Those are all kinds of ways that we could be wrong. Here's another way we could be wrong. It's possible we're not just not the empath. We could also not be good at all. We could not be good. Because on the script is the marionette. Okay, the marionette is a minion that you think you are a good character, but you are not. The demon knows who you are. Right? Which would mean if I am the marionette, that would mean I'm sitting next to the demon and Dwight will be lying to me about my information. So there's only one minion with these with these 9 players and with 1 demon, we have 2 outsiders. I definitely could be drunk because there are 2 starting outsiders. So, all right, how are we gonna handle this? So coming out as the empath. Sorry, I'm a little rusty here. I haven't played Trouble Brewing in a long time. I haven't really played much in a while. Oh. I find Clocktower is much more fun when you act like drunk poison marionette doesn't exist. Go full method actor, go with the flow. Yeah, I get it. That's interesting, Curb. Yeah, I've never watched It Follows. I'm not a horror guy, but I've heard wonderful things about It Follows. That is very interesting. I hear all about all these like Cinerers, all these horror films that people talk about. I am not a horror guy. I really am not. I just it's like, I have to like, to me it has to have a very strong psychological or like component, like psychological horror for me to enjoy it. Like Silence of the Lambs is the kind of horror movie that I can take because I think it's a lot more psychological than it is jumps. Like I can't stand jump scares. Now, not all horror movies are jump scares, but I hate jump scares. It's such cheap like manipulation of my emotions. I can't take them. If I think a jump scare is coming, I have to leave the room. I can't. And I'll just shout from the other room to Emily, Emily, is it done? Is the jump happen? It's like, no. There it is. Okay, I'm coming back. So, all right. Empath, Ravenkeeper, Mayor is a good 3. That's not bad. Okay, I'm being called in by the Dwight.
Hello, Christian.
Hello. While I get used to the interface again. It's been a long time. How's it going?
Doing great. How about you?
Doing well. Thanks for inviting me back. Appreciate it.
Of course, gladly. Well, welcome back. I'm so pleased to tell you that you receive a 0. That your neighbors are good.
My neighbors are good. Yay, and I believe it. That's the best part. Okay?
I love that you believe me.
And why wouldn't I, Dwight? Hey, have a great time, all right?
You too.
Oh, and that was kind of a good season.
Okay. All right, so we got our night 1-0. Tried to hook up my iPad back up to the screen so you could see it. I'm not doing that right now, so it wasn't working. Couldn't have time to debug it. But, hard to bluff Poisoner, but we could try. Getting all these cool tips from you guys in the chat to play the token you wish you drew instead of what you are. That's cute. Reminds me of how you become a TV pundit. When you're on a TV pundit, if you're asked a question you don't like, you just answer the one you wish you were asked. Okay. Let's see. I can put empath in my 3. I could go straight up and do empath in my 3. I think that's a good way to go because I don't want to generate too much suspicion on the off chance that I am the marionette and I learn that later. So I could take empath. Empath, Ravenkeeper, Mayor is a fascinating 3. Empath, Ravenkeeper. Thing is, if I was Ravenkeeper, I wouldn't put Ravenkeeper on there. I could do. Oh, this would be fun. Empath, Fortune Teller, Monk. How about that? I think they'll think I'm lying. Yeah, dress for the job you want, not the job that you have. Agreed. Funny thing about that, when I'm going to conferences, when I actually have to, when I was a grad student, I had to dress up. I had the weirdest choices for when to dress up. Like sometimes I would wildly overdress for a conference. For instance, engineering conferences. Science conferences tend to be less formal than engineering conferences. Engineering conferences, people will show up in like suit coats and things like that. You just to show that professionalism. It's the more sciencey your field gets as opposed to pure engineering, the more likely you are to be like in jeans, right? So I would show up at like a pure science conference. I showed up at the first time I ever went to a straight up biology conference. I wore like a full suit, and I stood out like a sore thumb. But then like on workshop day for one conference, it was a sciencey conference. Like I was overdressed for the normal days, but then workshop day, which are sort of at the end of the conference, I was like literally just wore a bathing suit because I had just come out of the pool. And people were like, Christian, what are you doing? I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should like mediate my. Spicy claim. I kind of like spicy claims. Because then people might think I'm the Raven Keeper. I'm none of those things. Let's try that. Empath, fortune teller, monk. See if they actually kill me. I think that they wouldn't just straight up kill me.
Good morning, everybody. It is with great displeasure I inform you that your beloved storyteller, myself, has once again, to the surprise of everybody, perished in the night at the hands of a demon. You guys should go solve this once again. Thank you. And immediately.
Kirsten.
Everyone
We're
goes.
breaking off.
Kirsten!
Hello. How are you? Are you
Good.
good? Are you bad?
I'm very good. I'm very good. Unless am I your marionette?
Oh no, I am the librarian, and either you or Claire are drunk.
That is really good for me to know. That's really good for me to know, because I'll give you my 3, and you'll know why it's good for me to know. All right, I'm either the fortune teller, the empath, or the monk. So if I am drunk, none of those are good.
Yeah, he said either Claire or Christian are drunk, and I said, well, those are not people you want drunk in this game.
So okay, well, let's go. I'll let you go find. I'll let you go talk to Claire. Okay, whenever you get a chance. But like so, so that's so. If your information bears fruit, like if you because you could be drunk, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. My whole chat was like, "Oh, it might be you."
Yeah,
Like,
if you're this is a good opportunity that if we get to nominate a virgin, you might be the person.
yeah, I would love to do that. If we can find out who it is, I would be happy to nominate.
Sounds great. And by the way, you are not my marionette either, just to be clear.
Thank God. I mean, I would assume you would tell me at least.
Yeah. Well, sometimes people wait, and I didn't want to know. So anyway, okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Kirsten.
Yeah.
Samuel Phelan. Is it Samuel or what's the full Sam?
Yeah,
Samuel.
it is Samuel Calvin Phelan.
Phelan. Fantastic. All right. All right. So how's it going?
It's going. No info for me. Very pro town. No info. Trying to gather info.
Okay. You no info. Okay, I can give you 3. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. I could be the fortune teller.
Okay.
The empath.
Okay.
Or the monk.
Okay.
I have a question for you. Am I your marionette?
No. No. I wouldn't tell you if you were, but no.
You wouldn't tell me?
I don't think I did it one time where I had a marionette and I didn't tell them, but then that was like very much a mistake because I lost the game that way. But no.
Okay. What were you going to ask me before I interrupted? What's up?
Oh well, I've heard a claim on one of those 3. So
okay,
but that's okay.
Okay.
I guess you can kind of like say I don't have any information right now, and I'm not going to get information.
Okay, not going to get information. Cool. All right, sounds good. And you could perfect, and won't get information. Good luck.
Yep, you too.
Darren.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing all right. Anything you want to share with me, or you want me to go first?
I've already heard 2 outsider claims.
Oh, isn't that fun? Okay. Well,
Have you heard any?
I have not heard an outsider claim, but I've heard of a librarian.
Okay. Librarian.
Okay.
Starts knowing one of 2 outsiders. Do we know which one that they
heard of a drunk.
Oh, okay.
Yes, which would mean barren or lying.
Yes. Yep. That's good info.
Barren or false information. Okay, so that's what you've heard to outsiders. Anything you care to share about yourself in any capacity, or I guess you give me information, I'll give you information next. Okay.
Okay.
So just to be fair, I'll give you 3. Sound good?
Okay.
Fortune teller, empath, monk.
Okay.
Okay.
I will additionally say that I am one of the outsiders.
Okay. All right. You want to share with me? You care to share, or is this a not care to share kind of situation?
I haven't told anyone which one yet. I don't really think there's a reason not to, though.
Okay.
'Cause I'm the saint.
Saint. let's put you down here. Oh, great. Wonderful. All right. Okay. Maybe later down, I will, based upon how each one of my 3 roles works out, I will come out as to which one it is.
All right, sounds good.
It's my outlet. It's my art, if you will.
Welcome back, everyone. 9 of you. Live takes 5 to stone on the block. Feel free to discuss.
I'm gonna nominate Kirsten for being a monster.
Like right now.
Right fucking now.
Wow.
No, that's so bad for us.
Okay, well,
Homer.
no, that's
Does
that's
anyone
fine. I can
have anything
defend
to say
myself.
before I open nom?
Yeah, I would say that I could not be more against that. We should absolutely have Kirsten do Omer first.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna share my information publicly to start the round. So I am the librarian, and either Christian or Claire are drunk. So that just could be some important information, or me.
Yeah,
So if there's like a Virgin I can nominate to prove that, it would be really helpful.
Omer, you should nominate Omer right now before.
Okay, I'm nominating Omer.
Okay, I am gonna say, Omer, you nominated Kirsten earlier. Do you want to nom that?
I was goading her into nominating me, so it's fine.
Well, you
Yes,
don't have
no.
to goad me. It's pretty easy. to get to
Kirsten, are you
nominate
nominating Omer? Is what Doug
Yeah, I'm
said then?
nominating Omer.
Okay, execute and die. Good night.
Oh,
there we go.
Okay.
Hey, there we go.
Wait.
That's
wait,
very
that's
good
so-
info.
That's good.
Yay!
That's good. Okay.
Wow.
So confirmed. Unless she was poisoned on night 1, that either
Oh my
me, Claire,
God.
Claire or me are drunk. So let's operate under that assumption. It's correct.
Okay.
If she was poisoned on night 1, though, then wouldn't she not die right now?
No, it has nothing to do with whether or not she's a
I
townsfolk.
see.
She's still a townsfolk.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, Omer gets to play this game is 100% confirmed good. That's awesome.
Omer being the
I
Virgin
know. I
is
kind
like-
of. Can we re-rack? I don't think I like that.
Omer, the moment you were like, I'm nominating Kirsten, I was like, sus.
It was
I
to
was
goad
worried
her,
that-
you fool.
It's
Well,
the most
Kirsten's thing didn't
natural thing
work.
in the world for Omer to be targeting me for no reason anyway.
So the only
Exactly.
so let's check with herself or spy.
It's been 7 years. Can
I'll
we-
never.
I am out of time. Or spy. I forgot spy. Normally I have my spreadsheet that I work out right beforehand to remind myself. Yeah, or spy. But Omer is absolutely confirmed. The only one confirmed. Now that would be, I would say, an impressive performance by Kirsten. How she came up, how she delivered the information that she got. So we can't take spy off the table, but in the pie chart of probabilities of the worlds, I think it is more likely that she is the librarian. Okay. That's a that'll be so just in terms of moving forward of that. So closing off worlds. I mean, Gia, I did not talk to Gia. Franny did not talk. That would be good. No reason not to tell Kirsten that I'm the empath. It's the only reason that she's bad is she's a spy and she already knows. So honestly, I don't like that we got. I'm talking with Sam. We can read that. So I'm talking with Sam and Kirsten. I'm telling Kirsten that I'm the empath. Not telling Sam yet, but it's like I don't like that we got got no other info out. I heard of 2 outsider claims, but also Kirsten claiming a heads down outsider drunk. Yeah, I wish I was paying attention to who was talking to who. I had a strategy in a different game where I had a really nice chart that I would outline who talked to who, and it was reasonably helpful. I didn't do that this time. Yeah, I wonder the other like outsider claim is. I mean, the Saint is the one. He did not come out and say it publicly. I thought. Here's the other thing about Taryn. I thought that Taryn was cagey a little bit. Okay, here we go. Talking with Dwight.
Oh.
Hello.
0.
0.
Yeah.
Night 2-0. Okay. We'll see if that's Zach or not. All right. Thanks so much.
Right, thank you.
Okay. Oh, we don't have mystery music on. What have I been doing? Mystery music. I love my little setup. This is, I tell you, when I do this setup for lectures, I have this exact setup for lectures. In fact, I recorded every one of my lectures this term. Oh, I do it every term, but this time I did it higher quality. And I put out all those on YouTube as they're unlisted videos for my entire class this term, but the playlist on my YouTube channel is listed, so you can go watch it. I'm gonna want to publish them publicly once I've done some editing on them. I love this course that I teach on applied optimal control. Want to put it out there. Yeah. So Omer is good. I told Kirsten yes. Just got a. We'll see who dies, though, to know who this is about. Okay. Everyone is talking about them. I heard a Saint claim. Okay, we got Sam talking with Claire. So I could be drunk. So I got night 1-0, and that's gonna. We know that was Kirsten and Sam. We'll find out if that was Zach and Sam today. All right. If there's an outsider, the only thing. So if there is a drunk, there can be a Baron. That's going to mean there are 3 heads-up outsiders, which hope we find out about them soon. Or there's some misinfo going around. Okay, let's see. Curb says, assuming everything we heard is true, the 2 evils are in a group of Franny, Gia, and Taryn. Can't execute the claim, so. Oh, meaning what we heard about the roles are true? Oh, I see. Oh, you're talking about the empath. Got it. So, thank you. Let's see. Let's focus this. So Claire, but why not Claire? Two of the evils are in a group of. What do we hear? So why not Claire? I've not heard anything about Claire. Let's see, I'm looking at the recluse not being out is a little lame. Gia is quiet. Maybe it's also I didn't talk to her. No one had a chance to talk today, so it's not really fair to call anyone quiet. But like, it was super, especially when it's just like, oh, Omer v. Kirsten and Zach. There you go.
Everybody, Zach died in the night.
Ooh, interesting.
Crazy, crazy.
That was helpful because I didn't know what he was.
All right.
I knew what he was.
Oh.
Oh. missed everybody. I gotta get into conversation. Oh no. How am I? Odd man out. Odd man out. Okay. Let's talk with me. Oh my god.
Christian Hubicki.
I will talk to you. Okay, hey friends.
Tell me everything you know.
I'm the empath. I got zeros night 1, 0 night 2. The 0 on night 2 is on you and Sam, and Kirsten and Sam on night 1.
Okay, so Claire was a little bit suspicious with me right now.
Okay.
She told me that Taryn and Gia are both claiming outsiders. Gia claimed outsider to me and what it was.
Mhm.
I don't trust Taryn. She said that
Taryn
first
claims
night-
saint to me. He claims saint to me.
I don't believe it. She said she checked who did she say she checked the second night?
Fortune teller? She's fortune teller
Yeah,
claiming?
she said she's claiming fortune teller. She said she got a yes on either Gia or Taryn tonight. And then when I said, "What did you do night 1?" and then she really stumbled as if she had like forgotten that was a thing. And then she was like, "I don't think I should tell you." And I was like,
Wait, was this after you were confirmed the
"This is
virgin?
just right before now." This
Oh,
is
that's
right-
absurd. That's absurd.
Yes,
You're the most
and
confirmed
then-
person on the board.
Right. And then she really stumbled and acted like she was looking for some information. And then I was like, "You really just need to tell me." And then she was like, "I checked you and Zach and got a yes." I don't trust it at all.
That's absurd. Why would she check on night 2? She checked you.
The first night she said, but
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think she realized that her bluff, like she needed to have one for the first night.
Oh
like, it
yeah,
catch her
classic
off
mistake.
guard
Yeah,
that
she's maybe not playing the script in a while. I'd be open to her. I'm also the way I'm looking based on all my information. If I assume it's correct, that unless I'm drunk, I mean that means that Sam is good. Obviously, you're good. But I didn't need that information to tell me. Okay, I told Kirsten as soon as she died that I was the drunk. I was the empath because she thought I might be drunk.
Okay.
And as soon as she died, because she could technically be the spy who nominated you, but so it doesn't matter if I tell her that I'm the empath.
Okay,
So
perfect.
all right,
Thanks.
okay, all right.
Si-
Sorry, I could monopolize your time
I
there.
need to talk to Sam before we run out of time.
Anything you want me to? Oh.
Hello, everyone. 7 Alive takes forward on the block. Free to discuss.
All right, I think we need to figure out this outsider thing.
Yep.
Yes.
There are 2 outsider claims, and I think
It's not
Taryn is
outsider.
lying.
So there should be a third claim or possibly a liar or misinformation.
Mhm.
So I'm an outsider.
What kind of outsider?
I'm the saint.
Oh,
A likely story.
And then Gia, what are you?
I'm the butler.
Who did you buttle?
I buttled Franny. Both rounds.
Oh,
Yeah, you seem to know. You seem to have it going on. You know what you're doing.
thanks. I needed a helping hand.
So
It's
So
weird that
with-
you would buttle Franny the second night when I'm confirmed good and she's not.
I didn't
my
think of it that deeply, honestly.
Yeah, I would definitely buttle Omer from now on. Though he's
Yeah.
chaotic, so maybe it's not.
my
good.
immediate
Yeah, I don't know about
strategy
that.
thinking about this is if we were to if we had like a Slayer, for example, we could shoot Taryn,
Yes.
kill Gia, and then just handle this entire thing in one night.
Yeah, I'll just come forward. I'm the Slayer. I was thinking that when Taryn said he was Saint. I am down to just blow that now, unless
Yeah, do
we. Okay. Franny is the Slayer, shooting Taryn.
All right, what's your weapon of choice?
A tulip.
A tulip. All right, well, you know, a lovely tulip out of the ground. Taryn is already dodging everything being thrown at him. Nothing was thrown at him yet. And here comes a tulip, and he still dodges it. Nothing happens.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
I will say I got into a conversation with one Big Brother player, Amazing Race winner, Claire Rafus, who told me a story that she was a fortune teller and that she got a 1 or a yes, some could say, on Taryn and Gia. And then I said, Miss Claire, what about night 1? And then she looked extremely confused and was like, I don't think I should tell you that. And I said, that's crazy for you to not tell me that. Then she was shuffling her papers and looking at the screen and was like, I checked you and Zach and got a yes.
Look,
Odd.
But Kirsten
sorry.
already said Claire may be drunk, so.
Oh.
Yes, but also she could be.
But that has nothing to do with her being drunk. That just has her
Right,
not
the-
knowing
the
what she was
claim is
told.
that she didn't know if she was supposed to have a night 1 read because
No,
she's
no,
not.
no, I
actually
know.
the
We're
person.
saying
Yeah.
about the.
no,
Claire would know that she has a night 1 read, though.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I had part marked down potentially evil on Omer and Zach. I forgot about the virgin thing. Honestly, I get distracted.
Then why tell me about night 2?
Spreading what information I have.
Misinformation.
Whatever. True information.
Now I'm joking, by the way.
Christian, I'm wondering if you have any sense that you could be drunk. Reason to believe that you could be the drunk.
At this point I would be
no
unable. I would be unable to determine that fact, but I am very aware of the possibility. Okay? People know what my bluffs are. All 3 of my what all my 3 are, and so I think that shouldn't have said that, right?
So my 3 bluffs.
My 3 bluffs.
I
I have my bluffs tab. That's why. So anyway.
Yeah.
So nominations.
I think that the Claire, I mean, as dead ringer as you can get, is for some reason the fortune teller deciding that the confirmed virgin does not need to know the fortune teller information, or is only entitled to half of the fortune teller information.
If you want to kill me, that's fine. I
Good.
would rather kill into the 2 other outsider claims happening. If you want to kill me because I was kind of shifty with Omer, who's always kind of shifty, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I nominate Claire.
Why?
All the reasons all the reasons I just stated. Also, why fire into the 2 outsiders, one of which is the Saint? There's no way we're going to go for the Saint right now. You know, the only reason we would go into the Saint, I mean, thankfully we shot her. She shot him. But like, I don't know why we would fire into the 2 outsiders when one is the Saint. That doesn't make sense either. So I think that all those reasons together make sense to get rid of Claire. Plus, she's now out as the fortune teller and would die anyway. You know.
Okay, Claire, your defense.
I was saying shoot Gia, not necessarily kill Taryn. I think if you want to kill me, it's fine. If we want to clear this up, I'll take this bullet. I think
Curb,
there
why
are
would
better
Saint be the best
kills,
shot?
And then if we want to kill me tomorrow, that's fine as well. Don't.
He's
do
not the
this.
demon.
Can we
Anything else,
put it on
Brian?
the block?
But potentially I'm drunk anyways, so my information
Why are we being
might not even
silent?
matter.
Yeah, I don't. What can we?
We're,
Y'all
oh, we
talk.
can talk.
Yeah,
Oh.
can we talk? Yeah,
I
can
think
talk.
that Gia or Sam is a better kill here. Or
Can we put it on the block?
or Sensei or
Sam?
Fanny. I mean, I feel like there's a lot of better kills here than Claire. I don't know why we would get Sarah.
Shit.
Anything else before I run this
I
vote
would rather
for?
do Gia than Claire, but I will. If I need to die too, that's also fine.
Yeah,
Can we put
Yeah, I'm-
four and decide after?
Right. I'm
no,
gonna run
I
this
don't
vote
even
for
want to put her
Claire.
on, honestly.
I feel like
It
there
takes
aren't
four
that many.
I think the reason to kill her is the sketchy.
It's a
response
sketchy.
to Omer.
It's the sketchy. It doesn't make any sense.
Running
It doesn't
the
make
vote for
any
Claire.
sense at all. I'm not
Look,
gonna.
I think it's okay.
Why are we reading a social read from Omer as like gospel? You know?
Oh, Gia, what
wait.
happened there? Gia, what was that?
I said that
Oh, she's buddled.
I can't
Can
vote.
I-
If you
Oh.
vote.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I forgot that you bought.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is my fault.
Okay.
I took my hand down because
Why? Why? Why?
Because we had four. She took her down now because we.
We had five. We had 5 up, and I wanted to keep it at 4 because I think I think that it's not a bad idea to get Gia out. I think that butlers are tough as the votes get smaller. I mean, there is a confirmed good person that she could buttle, but it relies on Omer knowing what's going on. You know what I
I
mean?
Christian, is your roll
think
out?
that I should be bottled.
My roll's not out. I have
I would
my
bundle
3 are
Omar
out.
next if I survive.
Last
this
call
round.
for nominations.
Homer's
Then
probably
vote-
gonna die
Then
tomorrow.
nominate Sam. No, don't nominate Sam.
Ten.
I think if you
I'll
nominate
nominate
Sam-
Gia. I'll nominate Gia.
Why?
Butler, and we're coming down to not that many people.
Gia, your defense.
I mean, if I need to go, I understand, but I think I could be used this next round. I should not have buttled Franny this past round, but I would fix that next round. But yeah, that's about it.
All right. Anything else before I run this vote for Gia?
I'd rather we get rid of this outsider because
I mean,
that's pretty-
she's either evil or the butler. Either way, it's not like the worst thing in the world to vote her out.
All right. It takes 4 votes. to
I'm
put
okay with
Gia
that.
on the block, running it.
After this, I do want to just give my reason why I'm sus on Sam.
Yeah, I know nothing about Sam. So I'm curious to hear.
Gia's on the block with 4.
So the reason that I'm sus on Sam is that Sam is the only person in the game, other than Kirsten, who knew I was the monk. I'd only told him, and for me to get instantly sniped, unless it's a spy, which is obviously possible, just naturally makes me lean most on him. In addition, I mean, based on his role, it's not like we'd be losing something that will like completely like break the game open. And I also think that the info that clears him, I've heard there's some info that clears him, there's very easy reason to not believe that. It's not a nomination because I can't nominate Sam. Do you want to respond to that?
No, I mean it's fair. Like I told you when I went in the room with you, I was like, "Well,
Would you
shit,
nominate yourself?
I mean, if you want to kill me, that's fine. I told Zach. In the
Zach's
room,
about
like,
as subtle
if
as a
you
hammer
wanna-
Go
here.
a long way if you nominated
Sure,
yourself.
I'll nominate myself.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, there's not a great look when you're told right off the bat who the monk is, and then the monk dies. A hand up can acknowledge that one. So, I'm fine with this. I don't really care either way.
All right. Anything else before I run this vote for Sam?
What is it? If can you say your role if you're fine with this?
Yeah, I mean, Zach, you know my role. Should I say my role?
I mean, you don't have to. It's up to you.
I don't think you should. I mean, I kind of think you should.
No, I shouldn't at this point.
I think you should.
Okay, I'm the mayor, so I don't get any. I don't really have a function. So like, if I die, like the probability of us getting a mayor win is very small. So like, if we need to kill me just to kill me, we can.
All right, I'm
I
gonna run
will
this
say
vote.
that I think Gia, like just based on how that butler thing happened with Franny,
Yeah.
I do 100% believe she's the butler.
Yeah.
So I do
Yeah, she
think
was
Sam
very
is
on
the better
top of
kill
it.
here.
I think there's other kills on the board as well,
I'm
but
gonna run this
other
vote
other
for
than Sam.
It takes 4 to first.
Do we want to do Sam?
I would
feel
love this
ambivalent between the two of them.
I would
I'll
love
put it up just so we can.
Have a nomination after this.
Not enough. You have very short time.
I will nominate Taryn
Why?
What?
because I think that one of Gia and Taryn is definitely lying, and I kind of think that it's Gia Gia's not lying based on what just happened. So if Taryn didn't hit because of the Slayer shot, then either Franny was drunk or poisoned, or he's just a minion, but I think that he's more likely to be bad, and I would be down to kill the Saint and have to start over again because I'm so sure he's bad.
Forgot the possibility that she's my minion.
Taryn, your defense. Yeah, go for it. You're muted if you were talking before this, by the way, because of how it's set up. So if you want to, your defense now.
Well, I just said that he forgot that she could be my minion. That's all. That's a possibility. Go for it.
Anything else
I don't
before I
believe
run?
him at all.
Anything else before I run this vote for Taryn?
He did just get Slayer shot.
I don't believe him either. But
He's Slayer shot, Omar, and I can't
Yeah,
be
but he
drunk.
could be a minion.
It's like
and-
the off chance that I'm poisoned, and you're the only person I told my role to day one.
But then what's the world in which he's actually the Saint?
he could be a minion, but this is also
There's a smarter move here. We have a spent Slayer on the board
gonna
who's
run this
part of
vote.
who's part of this confirmation chain that Taryn
Yeah,
is not.
Christian, that's a great point.
No.
I've already dominated today. I recommend killing the spent Slayer.
Yeah, can we nominate Franny? Can someone put her on the board?
I'll
You
I
already
thi-
nominated.
I feel like we've all already.
No,
I
that's not
nominate?
true.
All right,
Yeah,
Alright,
you,
done.
yeah, you can nominate Gia.
All right, I
Well-
nominate Franny.
Why?
Spent Slayer.
Defense.
Yes, certainly Spent Slayer, happy to die. I sort of feel like there are better options, but if you want to, go for it.
Anything else before I run this vote?
Just to be clear, from my perspective, knowing I'm the Saint, there still has to be another outsider claim
Yeah.
in order for Gia to be good. So I think I don't vote for this personally.
Anything else before I run
That's a
this vote?
good point.
Franny,
Like one of them still has to be lying.
I
running it.
Yeah, we can't get it without Aaron.
I don't like this. I feel like this vote's been manipulated a couple of times here.
In what way?
In what way?
We lost one pretty. I don't want to lose sight of what the Claire nanigans that
With
happened earlier
all
this
of
time.
I agree. I totally agree. There was the best
With
kill
this,
here.
Gia has been
I would
executed
get my shirt if I was
and
on
does die.
Survivor.
Aw.
Good night.
Claire's the best kill here.
I just want to throw out. I'm sorry for pulling my hand down on that one. I did genuinely forget that Gia had buttled me, and I didn't think through. That
That's
would bring us
plausible.
down to
That's
3.
that's not the reason.
I'm sorry about that.
But that's not the reason. To be clear, but I totally believe that, Franny.
What's not the reason? Oh, that's not the reason that you are talking about shenanigans.
Yeah. I was talking about Claire shenanigans, just Claire's shenanigans. Claire nanigans.
I
agree.
see.
We should not be forgetting
Claire
about that.
Nanigans.
Yeah, that was shenanigan-y.
No.
Because she did, I will say, I talked to Claire along with Sam day one, and she specifically said that she did not have information yet, but she would get information, which would be
Very sus.
blatantly wrong,
Yeah.
and goes with her like not seeming to know that fortune teller got no.
Yes.
Guys, I've played this game a lot.
Yeah,
okay?
but not in a
We're gonna
while. I've
bluff.
been playing sex.
Well then, girl, you would know that fortune teller gets no.
All right. Okay. Let's break. I mean, look. I'm glad we got someone in this like at the bottom off the board here. Okay. I mean, if Omer dies, we're gonna get a ping on Terran, right? Yeah, you guys are doing some good world building over there. I'm not paying super close attention. I'm trying to see if what I can come up with on my own here. Let's see. We got a. I mean, I could have sent Sam Pack in to get a read on Claire, but honestly, I'm gonna want to kill Claire anyway. You know, we'll see what Dwight tells me. I mean, Franny taking the Slayer shot if she's evil in any case on Terran. That here's the thing though: if she's evil and Terran's good, it helps clear Terran, right? Terran and Franny are kind of linked. That if Terran, I mean, it only makes sense for Terran to take the safe bluff if he is the demon, more or less, right? Which means that Franny would have to be good, and unless she's poisoned, took the shot, right? So I think that there's a strong chance Terran and Franny are linked. If one's evil, the other's evil. The problem is that then that leaves Claire. I think Claire's evil. Like, come on. By the way, I love how Zach basically pinpointed me as the empath. Kirsten is blabbing to Zach about what's going on, which he's dead, sure, but like Zach is not subtle. So. Sending a chain message to Zach. Who Sam be? I think it would have to be Zach, and then it would have to be Sam, and I'm drunk. if Claire is evil. Hello.
You learn a 0.
Learn a 0.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Franny, I think the logic, in my opinion,
that was
is
a
that
weird.
Okay, we're missing some of the conversation here, but I just gotta work this out on my own without the influence of everyone at the moment. If Claire is evil, that means, by my reasoning, that Taryn and Franny are good. G is dead, leaves Sam, who's claiming mayor. Right? How can I determine
Good morning, everybody. Omer perished in the night.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Obviously, Kirsten's been telling you everything about me. I'm going to take in, let's see. So I got a 0 last night, and clearly that was on Taryn. And at this point, that would mean that the only thing, if I'm sober, then Franny and Claire are the two evils. However, I think that Taryn and Claire are linked based upon how the Slayer shot went. I think that either if Taryn is bad, then Franny is bad, or if Taryn is good, then Franny is good, which would leave Claire and Sam as the evils, which would make me drunk.
I think that you are definitely not the empath. That's what I'll say.
Okay, I mean, so can you tell me what your suspicions are of Sam?
My suspicion of Sam is the fact that I told him monk. I only told him monk, and then I was instantly killed. So for me, it's a little bit like, oh well, powerful roll, immediately knocked out.
I mean, you could have hit the alleged fortune teller or the alleged empath as well.
Here's my other suspicion of Sam: the fact that we know that you're 50-50 drunk, hypothetically, right? I think that is exactly. I think that the odds are a lot higher for Dwight to make the empath drunk if he was sitting next to the demon.
Yeah, I buy that. I mean,
you got 0-0-0, like, to me feels like protecting Sam. Like, Sam is the bad guy. Everything and then him being mayor, like, you know.
Well, none of this. The only wrinkle in this is it doesn't explain the outsider count. If I'm the drunk, how do we explain Taryn and Gia as both being the outsiders? That's the other thing I can't square.
The other possibility, obviously, is you or Claire being the spy, registering as the drunk. That's totally a play that Dwight would make.
Wait, so you would make Kirsten that Kirsten would be
Kirsten is the librarian.
Librarian.
One of you or Claire is the spy who's registering as the drunk. It's this double thing. That's so.
Yeah. So Claire's the spy. That makes sense. Yeah, and also why she. Yeah. What's okay? All right. I think that makes sense. So that means that Claire. Oh wait, or I'm the spy. Yes. Yeah. I guess technically I would be the spy. All right. But okay. I think that's what. So I got 0s all around. So,
I'm gonna go bounce around.
For all that, so.
Hey, thanks. Hey. Sorry, I got tied up. All right.
Did you get new info there? Did you?
I did. At this point, the game. I don't think I'm gonna come out publicly. I was empath. I've gotten 0s every night.
Yep. And so, wait, even now?
Yep.
Okay.
That means Taryn is a 0. I mean, look, I want to kill Claire anyway. I want to kill Claire anyway. I think.
Okay, Sam, what do you think?
I just got this info. I think it's Claire, though, probably, right?
Claire's trying to pin it on Franny.
Well,
it's not impossible.
It's a little crazy to me how people go into conversations with like 4 seconds left.
I know.
And what about it?
It's when
Dwight I'm talking about you.
In your private chat, like, what are you leaving?
Okay. Dwight doesn't give enough time.
Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna acknowledge that.
Yeah, don't acknowledge.
Okay.
5 alive, 3% on the block.
I would like to bring some information to the table. So I am the empath unless I'm the drunk. Okay. So I have gotten 0s every night. The first night was between Kirsten and Sam, 0. Second night, because Zach died as well as Kirsten, it was between Omer and Sam, 0. Omer died last night, so it was between Taryn and Sam, 0. I'm assuming Gia is dead, so that leaves Claire and Franny. I wanted to kill Claire last time.
So what I think might be happening, if we were to believe these two outsider bluffs, or not bluffs, these two outsider claims from Terran and Gia, I think that one of either Christian or Claire is going to be the spy here.
Terran could also be the spy.
Terran could be the spy too.
Maybe, but specifically, the reason that it would be Kirsten or Claire being the spy is that Kirsten would then, as librarian, have seen one of the two of them as drunk, which then super clears both of them, puts sus onto the two outsiders that are actually real, and then Christian or Claire is the spy.
It's a good storytelling move because it also makes the other person doubt their information.
Yeah. So so I think that's all great, and I don't want to take off the world of the poisoner. Can explain a lot of this. I think there's some combination of poisonings that could explain some of this too. I think all that's irrelevant for what we need to do today. I think that anything other than killing Claire is a huge mistake. So I think, and then if we live, we have to make a tough choice on the final three.
What?
Yeah, just to clarify, if we kill someone, we get another chance.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because we have 5.
Claire, what did you get today?
No on Christian and Sam.
No.
That's a relief.
Few.
Nom's open, by the way.
I nominate Claire again.
Why?
Redundant.
Claire, your defense.
If we want to kill me, that's fine. I think more likely Terran is just bad. I think Terran is likely imp or minion with Franny or Sam. I'm sorry. Again, I feel like I talked to Omer today and had some camaraderie building. Fine if you kill me. I would rather not. But whatever.
We need every good player on this because we will need 3. If there's 2 evils, we're screwed.
If Terran, if Terran is evil with Sam, then how is Christian getting a 0 and you're not the drunk?
Oh yeah, they're both getting 0s on.
But then your information would be correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not drunk.
Oh, if Terran was the demon and Sam was the spy.
Terran's the demon.
And how did the Slayer shot not go through?
Can you say your information again? How did the Slayer shot not go through? That doesn't make sense.
Maybe you were poisoned.
I'm gonna run this vote for Claire.
Not if there's a spy.
It takes 3.
Though, if Christian was just, hang on. If Christian was just the drunk and Claire was actually the fortune teller, then there wouldn't need to be a spy.
Then Franny's minion. Then that's what it is.
Then Sam could be the minion.
It's Terran imp, Franny minion, Slayer is not real.
Terran is the demon, then Franny
Christian drunk. I'm not drunk.
Terran demon, Franny drunk is interesting.
Oh
no. Terran demon, Franny minion.
Well, that or Terran demon, Franny.
But then
Terran
Christian minion.
Spy specifically.
Yeah, spy Claire or spy Christian.
Wait, but can spy?
Well, no, but Franny can't. If it's not a poisoner, then Franny can't be the drunk because I was told.
Wait,
I can only be the drunk if there's a poisoner because then.
I have a clarifying question, Dwight.
Yeah.
If there is a drunk on the board, can the spy register as a drunk?
Something that's already on the board?
As something that's already on the board.
Sure.
Yes.
Oh, that's so sneaky.
Second call for nominations.
I will nominate Franny.
You said you were going to nominate Tara and you lied.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Omer. I just felt like this was going to be like a more likely of a kill compared to Terran. Reasons I just explained. I think the world I'm living in, Terran is imp, Franny is minion. Christian is drunk. I am getting sober information. I think Terran probably is the demon in that world. But if we feel like this is safer, then that's fine.
Franny, your defense?
My defense, I don't think that world is valid, Claire, because I think you're being really sus. But even if we do go with that, if you are telling the truth and that's the world, then it's 50-50 between me and Sam as the minion.
No.
Because it's Slayer.
No, because Christian's empath.
Well,
and Christian's.
I know, but in that world, Christian's drunk. So
yeah, Christian's drunk.
Yes, but then how does the Slayer shot not go through?
Right.
Yeah, you would have to be poisoned. It would have to be like a poison
Either
hit,
you're the drunk and Christian's info is good, or you're the. So that's
which
why.
is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
If
you,
it-
you could hypothetically.
If any good players vote for this, I'll send robots to your house.
Anything else before I
I
run this
want a
vote?
robot. I want a robot. I want a robot.
The-
No, just kidding.
Running the vote for Franny. It takes 3 to type for it. Execute.
Like benevolent robots.
No, I meant them as
or
menacing Terminator robots. Is what it is.
menacing robots.
yeah.
Okay.
Can we just talk about how Taryn is so anti-Claire for a moment? Is that a
Alright.
good reverse psychology bit?
Are we actually building a world where Claire's the demon here, or are we just think that
No,
she's
I mean, I think
coming
that
in
More
and
likely
like,
she's a spy, I
I'll
think.
nominate Taryn.
Okay, tell us why.
I think literally any world that we just put together, Taryn is bad.
Taryn defense.
Oh, my defense was no. That's how I said it.
Look at that
Again with
cadence.
the inflection, the weird inflection.
I don't want to risk taking it off of what
Yeah.
I'm convinced is
I
an
think
evil
this
player.
is-
I don't want an evil player in the final in the final day. 'Cause tomorrow will be the final day. Unless right?
But Christian, if Taryn is like if it's Claire,
Yeah.
then Taryn is bad. If it's not Claire, Taryn is still bad. And if it's not Claire and Taryn is bad, Taryn could be bad with Franny, and then killing Claire loses us the game. So to kill
in what world do you think Claire is not evil? That's the thing. As like I just
I don't think for sure Claire isn't evil, but I think if we're going off the information, there's a world.
I just think
wait,
like
wait. Is Sam Claire's marionette
Mm.
Oh.
why is that be?
and Christian's drunk? He's trying to pull her off the block right now.
Then how would the issue is
It's
how would
ridiculous
Yeah,
to
no,
do Saint
'cause
at 5.
the,
It's ridiculous to do Saint
outsider
at
count
5.
doesn't work?
Yeah.
Because the Saint is not the Saint.
He could be the demon,
none
and
of
Claire
the
could be
Oh,
the
you're right. The
spy.
outsider doesn't work. Yep,
None
I'm
of the
sorry,
worlds
I'm
that
sorry.
we just put together, Taryn's the Saint.
Anything else before I run this vote for
Sorry, I didn't
Taryn?
think that all the way through.
I just want to get an evil off the board so that way on the final day that we have at least like we can pile votes on Taryn tomorrow on the final day for the Saint
That's
kill
not why
anyway.
we should kill- But if
Yeah,
we
Claire's in
got along with Claire, we lost.
Run
If
it.
no, that's not true.
No, we have another. We have
No, we
another
have.
round.
There'll be one good person alive in the final day with the final 3.
But then we're taking a 50-50 shot.
We're all we're trying to lower the odds, but like you're trying to come up with. I think the worlds where Claire is not evil are very small, just based on the behavior. It doesn't make any damn sense, right? And so. So in that world where some reason she's not, yeah, then tomorrow we have to have the one good person make the 50-50 shot call, right? But guess what? We're gonna make a 50-50 shot call tomorrow anyway. But why can we execute the Saint now where we would lose automatically? Where we can wait to execute the Saint tomorrow where we lose either way. If we're wrong.
Yeah, well, because you said the world where Claire is evil is small, which is not
Good.
evil is small, which
Yeah.
I agree with.
Yeah,
But
so
I
that's why I'm want her dead.
think the world where Taryn is good is literally 0.
There's no world where Christian or
Sam,
Claire is
there's the world where
spy.
you're the demon and she's the spy.
Sure. But
So that's probabilistically this is a bigger piece of the pie. It's a better choice here.
With that, Claire has been executed and does die. Good night.
So that world doesn't work because.
Oh
if
no, you're right.
Sam
That
is
doesn't
the
work.
demon- Or if Sam is the spy, Claire is the demon. I mean, obviously that wasn't what happened. So Claire got a yes on me,
What's the
and
world where they're both bad? Because that was so sus.
then a yes on Taryn and Gia, then a no on Christian and Sam.
So is there any flaw with the world where Claire was the spy and Sam is the demon? Is there a problem with that world?
I think the problem is that you should be getting yeses or you should be getting
the problem
yeses.
is then in that world, Christian.
I had to be
you're
drunk.
drunk.
I had to be.
Yeah,
I had
because
to be
then
drunk
Taryn
that
and
way.
Gia, one of
Yeah.
them has to be lying.
But so we have to introduce a poisoner to make that make sense, right? Or
Yeah.
which
Honestly,
point
a
that
poisoner world is seeming very likely.
poisoner worlds are so hard to track.
Told you're the
Poison the world where
marionette, you're
Kirsten was
being lied
poisoned night
to.
one.
What?
Could be.
If anyone's being the marionette, you're
Yeah.
being lied to.
Kirsten being
Right,
poisoned
there's
round
also the
one.
world where Sam thinks he's bad because Claire told him he was a marionette.
The problem is that you can't. Kirsten
Yeah.
could not have been poisoned round 1, and I also poisoned round 1 and got a 0, right? Like unless I was the drunk, and so that doesn't line up with the outsider counts.
Could it be
Sam, if-
Franny?
Sam, if Claire told you that she was the marionette, she was 100%
I'm
lying.
not talking game at night because Dwight's not here and he can't hear us.
Oh, nerd. Goody two shoes. Loser.
I thought
No,
we
it's
were
good, we should
allowed.
wait.
All right, my friends. Talking to chat now. Okay. This is a challenging one. I mean, I wasn't tracking all the Terran evil world. I mean, the outsider count is the biggest by Sam. Sorry. Okay.
There?
Welcome to your final three. That
Yeah.
does not include Christian. Final
Yeah.
three is Taryn,
Ooh.
Franny, and Sam.
That was too believable.
Okay, I was just trying to put some fake sus on Franny so that they might not kill her. But...
So so here's gonna be my plea to everybody. Probably not kill here. Just because I am the mayor and will win here. So Claire told me that I was her marionette. Either way it behooved me. Either way it behooved me to target Taryn, because if I was evil and I was the marionette, Taryn going out keeps Claire alive. But I was trying to figure out if I was being lied to,
She's
told I
dead
was
now.
or Taryn was actually the imp and Claire is the spy, or if I was actually the marionette and Taryn was bad, but the outsider.
So it's Franny.
So
It's not
It's
me.
It's
so
Claire's
either-
by Franny
way,
imp.
but either way, Franny being the imp here doesn't clear up the outsider count. So I do think it is Taryn.
No, it
but
does, because if Claire's the spy, she gets falsely read as drunk. Franny's the imp. Claire falsely makes a marionette claim because she's not the imp.
Yeah.
Right.
The two outsiders are me and Gia.
Yeah.
So
And Christian never got to check Franny.
So I guess there's a world where it's Franny too. Either way, we don't kill here because you have.
In that world, you're good anyway, so that's fair.
We have
I
a
mean,
mayor at 3.
and also that is totally a thing that Claire literally pulled on me months ago. Is that at the last minute she claimed I was a marionette when I wasn't next to her. That's a thing I've seen her do. So what's the world where Franny is the demon and Claire is what, the spy? Is that what we're talking here?
Yeah, I think that's.
It's either Franny demon, Claire spy,
Yeah.
or Taryn demon, Claire spy. Either
Yeah.
way, Claire's the spy and tried to pass marionette onto me.
I
It
can't
can't
build a
be-
world where you're evil, Sam, with my
It
empath
can't
readings.
be Taryn. It can't be Taryn, Demon, Claire, Spy because of the Slayer shot.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
so I think Christian, I think you're drunk.
Yeah, with Claire saying Sam is her marionette.
Why would I be?
unless he's
Why would I
not-
be
and
drunk?
She's not even.
Well, 'cause of
I don't
the
need to be
live
drunk.
stream. 'Cause of the
Claire,
live
did you say that? You said that Sam was.
Oh no,
marionette?
the spy.
No, she's not denying it.
Yeah, Claire, you're not denying that.
No, actually, he told me I was his marionette.
Perfect. This is great. I love it.
So-
Well, if that's the
She
case,
just
then
admitted
yeah,
to me in
I was
private
trying to ride
chat
it out.
that she didn't
I
know
was
the
having
rules.
fun, but, like the outsider.
Unless I can find a world where it's possible Sam is bad, it has to
I
be
can't.
Franny.
I can't build a
can't-
world where
can't find one.
where Sam is bad.
Sammy or Claire even says that she got fortune teller that Sam was
Why did I
not the
think-
demon. So if we know Claire is bad,
Why did I think Taryn
I think we should actually go for the mayor.
and Franny were
Yeah, I
were
think we
linked?
should not kill here because either way we're
Well,
taking a shot on
As we'd have to be really sure that there is a spy and not a poisoner who poisoned you, and we take that loss.
If he's
I
poisoned, we lose.
Yes.
I fear that Claire was the poisoner and that Christian, you're drunk and I was poisoned.
I think it's
for my
Franny.
Slayer
I think it's
shot.
Franny Claire because of that.
what about
Yeah,
a
the
world-
minion is dead. By the way, the minion
Yeah.
there's no minion. The Claire's 100% evil, so there is no minion. So we don't have to worry about. We actually don't have to worry about the
Couldn't
poison
poison.
game. So unless Sam is somehow the drunk, we win.
Yes.
And Christian got 3 empath zeros on Sam. I mean, Sam seems pretty good, honestly.
I mean, the move might be just not to nominate today. I mean,
I can't. Christian, do you ever read?
Isn't that always what you do at Final Four?
no, it's Mayor.
Oh, it's
This is the
3.
final
Ah,
opportunity.
I forgot.
I lean. I was tearing over Franny hard, and this day has made me lean more Franny. But either way, I'd rather just not kill him.
so Franny, is there a reason that you wouldn't think that Sam is the mayor?
No.
0 on Terran though.
I think that Claire's the spy and Christian's the drunk.
Yeah, Christian, I'm trying to understand. Yeah, so I'm trying to understand why you got the 0.
No, Christian wouldn't get because then Christian doesn't get a 0 earlier on me and Omer and me and Kirsten. He doesn't get.
Also, I will say that Claire in private chat, I said, "What is your world if you're telling me the truth?" And she was like, "It's Taryn and Franny." Like, I don't think it could have been Franny or Sam at that point. I don't know why your minion would be try to throw sus on the actual demon over like when there's another clear frame, and Taryn already had sus on him, so it wasn't that
I think we
was
talked either way, but either way, I think we don't.
What?
kill.
I agree.
So what's the only other thing where we can screw
Again,
this up?
the world where Christian's drunk, I would have been slayered.
Well, what about
Yes.
just the world hypothetically where Claire
Yes.
was the poisoner?
That's what I'm
poisons
saying is that, yeah.
Kirsten night one.
Either way,
then
she's dead now.
She would have had to get.
Wait, Kirsten,
Right.
Kirsten wouldn't have had to have been poisoned night one because in that world, Christian's drunk.
Drunk, yeah. I mean, but we're trying to
Kirsten
say,
gets a correct
did
drunk
did
on
Claire
Kristen.
did Claire poison Franny on the day she shot Taryn? That's the world where Taryn is, where Taryn's the demon.
Okay, so either way, we don't kill here. How do we not kill here? Let's make sure that we get our ducks in a row on boats.
Before
We just wait 13 seconds and then we're done.
Well, I think that's when noms open. But
I mean, but the demon should be wanting to rush a nomination right now. So I'm actually really concerned that
Wait, yeah, this was the wrong timer. Sorry.
okay, can we change the timer so we're not ending the day?
Sorry,
right?
sorry,
Thank you. So I do want
to
to explore. I think I have explored the world. I don't see a world where Sam is evil. I think that Sam is the mayor. The only way we lose that, where actually, no, wait. Yeah, I forget what I said. Anything? Yeah,
I think if Kirsten was poisoned, but if Kirsten was poisoned and you were drunk, why would she still get that one of you was drunk? That doesn't make
Taryn, if
sense,
you want
right?
to
Or
nominate
also,
someone,
it's like
nominate
confirmed that a
someone.
minion is dead. There's not a minion.
Yeah,
alive, so
the-
Sam
exactly.
Can't be poisoned right
Can't be
now.
poisoned.
There's no world where.
Well,
we have
the issue is
mayor
if there was some way for Sam to be bad and lying to us, but I don't think there is.
What about the world where? Oh, go on. I'm sorry.
No, you continue. Sorry.
No, I'm just talking too much, Zach. You go on.
Yeah, no, I think this is safe because there's no chance of poisoning.
Why is no one pushing back on this? Someone should be pushing back on this.
Franny wants to do it.
I think that they're being a
worries-
little. They're trying to be coy about it, but
Yeah.
Claire literally in private chat during this final day confirmed to me she was evil and was like, "How
Yeah.
am I to know the rules?" So she's definitely bad. That means there's only one left. I don't think it's Sam. I think
Yeah.
that we should just do this.
Yeah. So like the only way it's if Sam was it had to be the secret drunk, right? And in that world, in order to be the secret drunk, that means that Claire would be the spy and she registers the drunk, but that would mean that Taryn would have to be the demon in that case because you have to make the outsider count work.
We slay
I think
our
There's no poisoning.
the only way that Sam is bad is if Kirsten was poisoned night one and Kirsten has been the drunk the whole time, which means that Kirsten, as a poisoned person, got correct information that one of you was the drunk.
Why couldn't someone else have just been like Zach could have been poisoned?
I could have been
night one.
poisoned, yeah.
15 seconds.
Because
Could've been
then,
anyone.
because the outsider count gets messed up, right? Yeah, the outsider count gets. No, the outsider count. Yeah, I just don't think Sam can be bad.
Yeah. I think it's.
How many of y'all alive right now are bad? Is this just a farce?
No, there's
Hey,
only
we're
one.
all
There's
good!
only.
Wait,
Alrighty.
wait, never mind. That doesn't work.
What are you talking about, Sam?
Never mind. Never
Yeah,
mind.
timer's done. Sorry.
Yeah.
With that,
Is Sam bad? No.
game will inevitably end. To the mayor's ability, because the good team wins.
Yay! Thank God.
Alright.
What happened?
Well, someone said this pretty early on exactly what I did. Zach, you called it exactly. I use a librarian to register a spy as the drunk to make you guys now Christian. You're sober empath. You got zeros the entire game correctly. Because next to the mayor, they got to read on the virgin. They got to read on the saint.
Franny.
Franny, what your demon? Really,
I just really gave up.
I gotta say,
again.
incredible job by Evil. Genuinely, it's just like because it was a mayor that happened to be in the final three.
Yeah.
If Sam was literally any other role, I think Evil wins that game.
Can I
But
say what
because
I
it's
wanted
mayor.
to have happen? I wanted somebody to think that I was the poisoner and Taryn was my imp and that I could have still poisoned Sam, but I couldn't suggest that. So I wanted somebody else to suggest.
Wait,
Help
wait.
Claire confirms.
You, Freddie, you have me
Sorry.
convinced, but I'm dumb, so no one listens to me.
That world is dead in a world where Claire tells me I'm her marionette, though.
I know.
Yeah.
That's the oops. Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of people really whispering in my ear that like Sam was bad or Taryn was bad. Franny, you had the fewest influencers telling me that you were bad. So good
Well,
job.
you know, if
I know,
Omar
it's-
suspects me, it means I'm good.
Yeah, it's the it was a tough tough final 3 for me, but I was also hoping that we would have still been really like on Terran, like people were on Terran.
Terran, I'm sorry, but you were
okay.
That did really good.
Franny, should you have come out and been like, Claire was telling me I was her marionette the whole time? Like,
what does that gain me? Because it leaves it open. It's clear that you're evil.
It would
and
explain.
So then it doesn't. I can't build the world that
By the way-
I'm a
Yeah, I guess
Terran's
it's just
minion.
the Slayer shot on
And by the
Terran.
way, Omer, I told Claire to tell you that I was Terran's minion because I hoped you would push that harder. But we kind of like.
It's
let
funny
that
because
go.
I was pushing that. I was like, she could be my minion. That could be why the shot didn't work.
I was like, what an interesting idea.
From my side, it looked like the issue was, since like in all these worlds you have to build like, is Terran a freedom demon? Since Sam is just the mayor and claiming mayor, and at this point kind of good, it just locks. It makes it very tough.
Was there?
And I figured it would have bounced. Like, I guess I could have tried to kill Sam there, but I'm guessing it would have bounced, and then he's still in the final 3. And then it's Christian, who nobody was suspecting. So it's
I probably would have bounced it just because I don't think everyone fully believed Sam at that point. If the mayor is in doubt, I will leave the mayor alive. That would have probably been a bounce.
I think it would have worked, honestly, if Claire had just full-on gaslit, like, I never sent that message.
Yeah.
Well, at the very least, it would have been very distracting, right? If she was like, what are you talking about?
I wouldn't have felt good about a mayor win if there was some doubt on that.
Yeah, I think it's hard when you're evil and you feel like people know you're evil to just be like, like I'll just be outed evil. Like that's very fun.
That's very fun. I mean, you're very good at. If I hadn't like 4 or 5 months ago, you pulled that exact maneuver on me with saying the marionette claim. But in addition, I think this time knowing we had an evil out really narrowed the worlds. Like the idea, that was very scary. Like the idea if there was a poisoner still out there would have made that very scary.
I was dying for people to kill Terran because I'm like, this is so good for me either way because I win regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, if Terran dies, I win. So
in reality,
in reality, I'm not gonna win.
Would anyone be fine if I set up a quick game 2, or if I forget?
Yeah, do a quick game 2.
For it.
How quick?
I will. How much time do you have? And I will
make me saint and kill me.
Kirsten, just let's go. Let's do it.
Well, I have places that I have to go today.
Yeah.
It's 12 o'clock where you are.
Yeah, and I have plans in the day. Sorry, some of us go outside. Jesus Christ. As long as it goes like kind of fast.
That was a good puzzle, guys. That was a good little puzzle. We didn't. I mean, I think of all the people, I honestly thought it was Franny. I wish I'd said that out loud. Maybe you don't have to believe me, but like just basically on the puzzle that we had in front of us. And I think that. I mean, obviously, I had an empath 0 on Sam and Terran, so it's not like really a feather in my cap. But look, we logic that out to go for the mayor win. Once we were able to basically confirm that Sam was the mayor, game was over, right? And that he could not be poisoned. That's the first time I've seen the fact that, like, by process of elimination, we've gotten rid of the minion that that it just narrowed the world immensely, right? Because that's always the fear, that the mayor is poisoned. Why you don't go on? But it's one of the few times we could actually eliminate that. So it's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, and I could sort of tell that that's what. All right. Where we are? Ooh, the fortune teller. I'm rarely the fortune teller.
But I mean, no recluse was coming forward, so it felt very clear that, very
just
clear.
A Rafus.
Can I ask y'all a question about chat BCC, since you're all the like anchor chat members on this Survivor group chat?
Sure.
Why does this app tell me when someone's looked at my comment? Like, why do I care if, like,
the app doesn't
even Fishback or Drew was like looked at? Like, they didn't even like it or reply to it. Why do I care if they've just seen it?
I think it's supposed to.
Oh,
Like
I
at
would've
least throw
cared. Are
it
you
a
kidding me?
thumbs up.
I'm like, Steven Fishback saw my tweet.
Honestly, you are right
And
about
no
that.
light?
Stephen
Yeah.
Fishback was the wrong
No
example.
life.
I'll be honest. I think like 10 years ago, like I tweeted once at Steven Fishback and he liked it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
'cause
sweet.
it's a light.
Celebrity.
Well,
Notice my
Say's in the chat
Fishback
now, and
on.
she's got a lot to say. So if you're not on it,
Oh
join.
God.
Say is an
What?
icon, a legend, the moment.
We love you,
Favorite
Say.
Wes Chong on
Wait, can we have a can we have a Say updates thread where Say has gone after Jessica Chong from Survivor 46?
Yes. Say has attacked blank.
it's like a news feed. What is this?
Yeah, I am
Oh.
on that information since I quit Twitter. So if
Yeah.
someone wants to just even
Well,
tell
some
me,
of it's on Instagram.
oh my god,
What?
Yeah.
I'm following.
I'm out of the loop. I missed a
You guys-
whole
you guys
other
message on
platform.
this when it's not like Survivor night? Are y'all just like chatting and chat BCC?
I should be more, but I haven't been.
Honestly, it would. I think that it works as a platform for like a live event that everyone's
Episode,
at.
yeah.
During the episode, and so that's fun. You just roll. And also, it helps that like we're like that we're like the clear top like commenters on it as as like the reality show people, because then it's just kind of like a chat that we're all in. But like I hope it's fun for the people who aren't, like the people who are just kind of there. It's fun for me. I drink scotch and I just start saying things.
Oh,
It's
Scotch.
like a little bit more.
Whoa.
Everyone sees a token of some kind.
Yes.
All right. Good night.
All right, we are the fortune teller friends. Okay, well, we get to make a choice. I think that it might make sense to choose my neighbors to see if I am the marionette. But if I'm the marionette, I'd get a 0 anyway. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It's a pretty dumb suggestion. Maybe I shouldn't check my neighbors, because if I check my neighbors, I'm almost certainly going to get a no. I should not check my neighbors in a marionette game. Am I right on that? Because it's going to give me a no regardless when I have differentiating. So, I actually don't know much about the fortune teller meta, right? So, I'm just because he's not my neighbor, I'm thinking Taryn. He probably hates that though, because Taryn, I think that he's always worried about being checked. Now, of course, it could be my neighbor could be the demon, and there is no marionette, of course. But I think that on the whole, it rebalances things in a weird, yeah. You like to check someone's neighbors on the other side of the grim. That's not a bad idea. So if I checked Gia's neighbors, or I checked Sam and Kirsten, it's to check Zach. Yeah, Sam and Kirsten. Yeah. So I guess let's see if like either of those. Oh. If Taryn was worried about being checked, shouldn't be so sus. No, I'm not going to penalize Taryn for having a good Clocktower meta where he tries to be ambiently the same behavior every time. I also am having a pretty good time because I'm not evil. That's the other thing. I'm not evil. Also, I wasn't being framed. Like, there's so much pressure of being evil. Okay, here we go. We're going to do Sam and Kirsten, I think. Hello.
Pick 2 players.
I can't. I'm not sure if I've ever been the fortune teller, Dwight.
Really?
I don't think at least I don't remember. It's hard to remember every game, but like, I'm like, what do I do as a fortune teller? I'm choosing Sam and Kirsten.
Sam and Kirsten. Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you very much. So there is no, so to be clear, the fortune teller determines if someone's evil, right?
Sure. We'll go with that.
Sorry, I just like, okay.
No,
All right. Thank you so much.
Wow. Oh, Omer.
Okay. You got a yes. Oh, we gotta determine our bluffs. I'll do the same bluffs as last time. Empath, fortune teller, monk. Easy.
For my comment on purpose.
Avenge my
now
death.
I'm fangirling.
Do we have to?
Not day ends.
Hello?
Hello, Kirsten.
Hello, how are you?
Doing well. How are you?
I am doing so good because I am good. Again,
Okay.
thank God. I would have left. I wasn't kidding. I would have shut my computer down.
Okay. All right. So what you got going on?
I am either the fortune teller, the empath, or the monk.
You know what my bluffs are going to be?
What?
The fortune teller, the empath, or the monk. I wrote those down.
That's funny.
Okay.
So you're powerful.
Absolutely. Assuming I'm in those three, I am powerful.
Yeah, love that.
Sounds good.
Last game round, Zach told me that you wouldn't say those three roles if you were actually any of those three roles, and then you were the empath.
Yeah, Zach doesn't know what he's talking about all the time. You know, what can I say? So it's yeah. He likes to think he has a handle on all these patterns. He doesn't always have a handle on these patterns, but I appreciate his effort to read me.
He makes a better effort than I do. I just choose to take people at their word.
Oh, okay. I mean,
Taryn
okay, okay, sounds good.
Who wants to chat with me?
Samuel Phelan.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
I am good and looking for people that got info.
Okay, well, I'll give you 3 roles.
Perfect.
And they are totally different than last time.
Oh.
They are the fortune teller, the empath, and the monk.
Okay.
It's literally what I gave you last time. Give me the same thing again.
Yeah. I don't think you can help me, unfortunately.
What do you mean?
Pick up. Well, in the future you definitely can, but not right now.
What do you mean?
I would love to find a night 1 info person.
Okay. You want to confirm a role or something like that? Were you looking for a librarian to look for? Obviously, it's the only thing. Or is a
librarian would be great. Washerwoman would be great.
Okay. All right.
A chef would be great.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Oh, I like it.
Taryn. Oh, hi, Zach.
Hello. I'll get both of you in.
What's up? Oh my God! Everyone's trying to talk to me.
I'm a townsfolk as well.
Oh my!
Oh, there you are.
I've been trying to get. I'm sorry. I've been trying to talk with you. Anyway, yeah.
That's okay, I wanted to talk to you too.
Yeah.
I am on the hunt for outsiders, particularly a recluse. I kind of want to know if there is one and where they are.
Well, I can't help you there. I'll share my 3 for 3 with you over text. Sounds good.
Okay, fabulous.
Can we talk again?
Tomorrow.
Homer, why didn't you try to talk to me?
I respect the dawn.
You didn't request me.
I normally wait for you to have time for me, and you're busy.
I wait for
schedule.
people to talk to me.
That is not true.
That's not
Yes,
true.
it is.
You
That is a
declined
lie.
my
You're
chats.
lying to
Get
my
the
face.
fuck
It's because I was in
out.
a chat, Francis.
Francis.
Talk, I guess. Noms are open. Whatever. There's 9 of you.
But we could still do it. I'm just reading out loud my DMs to Sam.
Oh.
Any night 1 info? Any outsiders?
I'm a night 1 roll and more than happy to die tonight.
I really want to know if they're outsiders. Just tell us.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do just right off the bat, okay? And I'm so happy to die. I am going to nominate Sam.
Nominating Sam?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Okay. I mean, that adds up. I think that I'll be out with what it was. I'm librarian. I got Sam or Claire as drunk. Sam, are you okay with me saying what you are? Sam
I think it's
is
pretty
virgin.
obvious.
So the fact that this didn't go through,
A guy
I
who
feel like,
I got a
know.
ping on.
I mean, this is why I nominate him. I'm so okay with me dying, but also Sam could be spy, whatever. I don't think he's demon regardless.
Yeah,
Same
I'm
defense.
fine with dying if we need to. I'd rather kill Zach, but like, I think it's fine either way. If we kill Zach, it closes the loop of us working together. But
I would love though, but
in-
if you die and there's an Undertaker and they see you as not drunk, then we keep the world open that Zach's evil, and then
I think that's smart. That's smart.
What's the value in making the virgin a drunk, but also telling the librarian about it?
That's why it's sus. That's why I want to know.
It's kind of a lame setup.
I think
you'll try to run this.
Well,
one.
Dwight said it would be a quick
Hey.
game. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what
Rather-
he meant.
Dwight puts his whole heart into these games.
Why
Come
don't we
on
put
now.
5, and then if you guys want to kill me, we can put 6.
Yeah,
Cutting it.
let's have someone other than
Sam is the final one.
I'll be the final one.
Okay, yeah, Sam, if you want to take it down, I mean, we can just have 5.
just out of security, Sam.
Sure.
Yeah, I would love if there's an Undertaker to get this,
Yeah.
locked
Yeah.
in.
To be
There
clear,
should be at,
yeah.
There
Go ahead,
should be at least one outsider who knows that they are one. I would not.
Here's the
I've
deal.
heard of one.
The fact that Sam was so
Claire
the
has
moment
heard
that I
of
said
one.
I was night 1, Sam instantly goes, nominate me. For me, makes me trust him as virgin because I don't know if he would know that I'm librarian.
So what do you want, Zach? You want us to not kill him?
It's fine if we kill me because it's helpful to know if I'm drunk anyway, because then we can find out about Claire. Like,
Yeah.
And
Well,
well,
actually-
end the day.
Well, I guess actually that it would be more.
I also don't care if I die, but I know I'm good, so
10.
So who are your two drunk pinks again?
Claire, Sam.
Claire, Sam.
And based on last game, that also means Zach could be.
Yeah, but Claire's not drunk.
Alrighty, well, with all that, Sam's
How
executed
do you
and
know that?
dies. Good night.
I could also be the drunk
Claire
too.
can't be drunk
My
because
headphones
I'm either drunk and that's why Zach's
on my work
com didn't work,
headset.
or Zach is lying, in which case his info doesn't matter. Or Zach,
Or I'm the drunk. That's the
Yeah.
other one.
yeah. But either way, it's not Claire.
Let me see.
I don't think that one of the two of you is going to be the spy. I don't think Dwight does the same trick again.
I think the trick is that he does the same trick. Totally do the same trick.
But if Sam were the spy, for example, Dwight could have still killed me there.
Really?
Yeah. That's true, correct? You're one of the people who really knows the game super well.
Can you say it one more time, Zach? I'm sorry, I was not paying attention.
Okay, sorry. Anyway, I'm just gonna mute. So anyway, just back in here. Okay, so we gotta choose. We have to choose who we're choosing tonight. We could try to ping on Kirsten and someone else to narrow it down, because clearly Sam, if he was the demon, he has jumped, right? So we gotta find someone else as a demon candidate. Lovely. Dwight's being lazy. I can try Kirsten and I can try Taryn. Hello.
2 people, pick them.
Kirsten, Taryn.
Kirsten, Taryn. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a yes, to be clear,
Yeah.
for the record.
Yes.
Kirsten. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here's the other wild idea. What if Kirsten was the demon and Zach is the marionette, and that's why it didn't work? Wait, to be clear, wait. Zach said it was between Claire and who was the drunk? It wasn't Sam, was it? Oh yeah, what's Sam?
The mask in the first
Well,
one.
yeah,
Good
if
morning.
you spoiled the first one really relies on the reveal.
No one died.
Nice.
No one died.
Oh!
Whoa!
Interesting.
Oh!
Hey, Franny.
Hello.
Franny, hey.
Hello. Are you going with Monk? Is that what we're going with? Or
I'm
was
not-
that someone else?
That I'm not going with monk. I have not claimed monk. At least, as one of my 3 is a monk, but I'm not claiming it outright. Yeah. Would
Okay,
you get
that is
so?
weird.
So, do you feel good about me, empath?
What makes you think I'm the empath?
Because
Are you
I'm
a
the fortune.
teller?
I'm the fortune teller.
That's great. I do feel good about you. Yeah. I do. My vision was to go to both you and Omer and try to ask if you were the recluse, and if you were a minion, you would maybe jump on that. But I didn't get a chance to talk to.
Oh,
either
did
of
you get a 1?
So didn't happen.
Did you get a 1?
No. I got a 0.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought that if you were a minion and
Oh.
you don't know I'm the empath, then
Okay.
you might jump on.
That's smart. That's smart. So, yeah, you just want to talk to me immediately, so I assume you're probably empath. So, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
So, at least you think you're the empath. So, okay, I chose Sam Kirsten last night. Got a yes. First night, got a yes. Sam Kirsten. So I was totally cool with getting Sam dying. Last night I chose Kirsten Taryn. Another yes. So, one world is where maybe Kirsten is the demon and Zach is the marionette. And that's why that's why the Virgin Ping didn't work. I talked to
Zach is really one of the only people I talked to, and he was being quite weird. I also think that Kirsten would have told Zach immediately that he was the marionette, and he seemed a little off to me. So I actually really buy that. And I think that night 1 is a good claim if you're a marionette too, because it's like you're inconspicuous.
I also so be prepared for Kirsten's definitely going to claim monk. Okay, that was her 3rd. She gave us the exact same 3, so she's got to be claiming monk. So that she might be framing monk. I'm going to ask who she protected. Oh, Zach wants to talk to me. Okay, I'm going to talk with him.
Yeah, go for it.
Hello.
Hey there, Zach.
Okay.
What's going on?
Do you think happened?
What I think happened last night? I mean, monk, soldier. Those are the 2 options.
Or a monk or a soldier.
I heard of a possible monk in a 3.
I heard of a possible soldier.
Possible soldier. Okay, that's another thing. So really, is monk and a soldier in one game?
A little bit odd.
It's a little odd. All right. So we have to resolve somehow the you and Sam thing.
If people have sus on me, more than happy to die.
Sure.
I obviously think there are better kills because I think that we are giving evil just 2 easy rounds.
Yeah.
But if that's what needs to be done, that's what needs to be done. Is there anyone else that you're sus on?
I have some. Honestly, I don't. I've not gotten anything important yet.
Been quiet this game. I feel like Taryn's been quiet. I feel like
Gia's always quiet. Omer's a little more quiet than usual. Omer wants to talk with. Oh, it's already time's up. Great. Okay. I would say Kirsten was a little sus when I talked with her.
Nobody wants to talk to me, huh?
I desperately wanted to talk with you, Sam. I got talked. Yeah.
It's all right.
I do.
Nobody talked to you? Uh-oh.
I'm not going to get any more dead.
Hey.
No Undertaker. Either no Undertaker or they don't feel comfortable coming to you because it'll out them.
All right, 8 alive, talk.
You're being quiet, Omer.
He has.
So.
What's up with that?
Because Taryn and I just had a conversation. I'm trying to think about what I need to take away from it.
Why didn't you try to talk to me again, Omer?
Because people
this is
told
really
me
weird. Normally you like to talk to me and you're ignoring
That's
me. And
actually
I'm
not true.
I would also like to just say Omar has not tried to talk to me, and I feel very left out.
Well, request me for a chat.
I thought we
It's
were
so
friends.
hard. You're so
Nobody
popular.
tried to talk to me.
So I have a question for Kirsten. Okay, you can answer vaguely, but are you actually one of the roles you told me?
No.
Oh my god.
But I am good, and I had a really good reason for it, and I will explain it to you.
I can actually back that up, Kristen.
I honestly, I completely buy it. I completely buy it. This all actually kind of makes sense, Kirsten, and I love you for it. This is the opposite of.
I was trying to be smart, and it seems it may have backfired.
I don't know about that. I don't know. It might have fired actually. So.
Okay. Sam? Yeah, I mean, just to town, whatever. I'm pretty flexible either way. But what do we want to do with Zach here?
I'll say
I say we kill him.
I'll say myself, I am more than happy to die here, especially since we
Makes me
wasted.
not want to kill you, but I'm just like not
So,
wanting.
I'd rather
Honestly-
kill Omer because he's sketching me out.
What did I do? Because I didn't talk to you? You didn't request
You're
me for a
not
chat
acting
either.
normally. It's a it's a behavioral thing.
Zach, did you want to?
Yeah. My thing is that because we knocked out an evil kill anyways, like we're kind of already ahead. So if people want to clear the world of me and just not have to worry about me all game, more than happy to die. If we have a better kill, for me personally, I'd rather do that. But like, if not, if this is the best kill for tonight, let's do it.
So I have heard of 2 outsider claims.
2?
Yeah.
Can people say them?
Yeah, who is the other one?
Or at least
Okay,
what-
Omer, what
Anybody wanna
outsider
come
are
out
you?
and say it, Omer?
Jesus.
I told somebody that I was a saint, but that was a lie.
It was
What
a
are
lie.
Oh.
So what
What-
are you really?
What?
Yeah, what are you really?
I think that it is. There's one person out here that knows my role, but I don't think it would be wise to share it with the group. Which is
Second
But
why-
it's
off
not an
nominations,
outsider.
By the way.
No.
Okay.
So
Okay.
no other outsider claims. Let's
So
just
there's
be
only
clear.
one.
I'm the other
Well, there were-
outsider claim.
Which one are you, Taryn?
I think you could keep it. Yeah.
If there's a monk out there, I would
Why
love to be
keep
protected,
it?
though.
See,
Well,
he's
just
told
what is the
people-
value of
he's
not
told-
saying?
He's told some people, Franny.
Well,
What
the
about-
value of not saying is that there was almost value. There
Now,
might be more.
okay.
Oh, I understand.
I once again push for nominations for end of the day.
Okay. So we did gain a day from this because now we're at final 8 on this. I'm not mad about not killing, but I would like to move the ball forward.
Can I just ask, has anyone heard anything about a monk?
I did, but Kirsten lied to me.
Okay, so there's no. You don't even have to say if you are it. Just like we haven't heard a single whatever about it.
I mean, monk, soldier, or intentionally not killing are the only 3 options, right?
Ending the day in 10.
And why?
I
Wait,
guess,
I
I
want-
guess I'll nominate Zach. I guess that's.
That's fine. Why?
He already talked about it. You know, if we've gained a day, maybe we should kill a night 1 info. Especially, although it does seem to potentially add up, but the virgin drunk thing doesn't quite add up. But
Zach, defense.
Yeah, I think that the virgin drunk thing actually super adds up if there's no other outsiders. It's just a matter of, was I the drunk or was Sam the drunk? If I was the drunk, Sam could have actually potentially been evil, but everything social says that he's good to me. So, I mean, if we need to kill someone, kill someone. I know I'm good. I know everyone else doesn't know that, but like, whatever. I'm a spent librarian. You know?
Well, it's
Anything else before I run this vote for Zach?
yeah. Just I mean, I don't know. I'm not aware of an Undertaker, but it would clear things up. Me, I'm starting to feel like I'm learning about enough of the board that there isn't one. This is a lot of votes on Zach.
Just because I'm actually good is the thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's starting to come
I
out.
think we shouldn't do this. Like,
running it.
I think we should actually just let it go and then force them to kill someone else. But you know, yeah, so close.
Worth enough. Anything else before I end the day?
Do we want to tie it and keep me alive?
I,
We don't like you that much, Zach.
Town to get the opportunity to kill people. It's helpful.
Yeah.
I'd like to nominate Omer.
5. All right, tell us why.
So I think he's been acting really strange socially, and it's just weird, and it makes me feel bad. I feel like it seems clear that Zach is a high percentage likelihood good, whereas Omer feels bad to me because he made me feel bad. So I want to vote him out.
Can I not talk now?
Defense.
Oh,
You can
I am
talk
sorry I made you feel bad. We can talk first thing next round, and then maybe you'll understand why I have been acting the way I've been acting. But I don't want to have to explain why in public because I think that would be really bad for good. But if I have to stay alive over a spent librarian, then I will.
now. Anything else before I run this vote for Omer?
Yeah, I'll just throw one more defense my way. If I was the librarian, why would I ever and I knew Sam was the virgin, why would I ever completely out myself and out all that to put the sus onto me?
I mean, we all
I just always
believe
get
you, Zach.
suspicious
It's
of
the
people who
issue.
suggest their own death and then fight against it.
All right.
I'm gonna run this vote for Omer. It takes 4 to have an excuse.
I'd rather be trusted than be alive.
Well,
Right. Anything in 10?
I nominate Kirsten.
Why?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually draw a ceasefire, and you
Five,
can come talk to me next
4,
round.
3, 2.
Trump negotiated another ceasefire.
Can I ask, who is the person that knows Omer's real role? Do
With
you
that.
actually exist?
Zach has an excuse and does die. Good night.
So no one knows the real role?
No, somebody does know my role. They're just not saying it. But Kirsten, I will tell you right this. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
his,
I mean, why wouldn't they say it?
I'm
I
sure.
don't know. Why
Yeah, if
wouldn't
they
say
know,
it.
why don't they say it?
I don't know, but I will tell Kirsten. And make them say it.
Now there is the world where Franny is evil again, and she's claiming empath and lying about it, confirming me yes, and doing a really good job of covering it. Because she tried to talk to me immediately, which is what you would do if you're an empath, right? If that's the case, she's the demon. And I think the probability, you know what? Is I'm trying to figure out what to do here. I don't want to hyperfixate on the world where she could be evil, but one way to check is to check her and myself. There's no way that I'm my own red herring at this point. I think. No, yeah, because wait, I could be my own red herring if Kirsten was the demon. I don't buy that Kirsten is evil. I think that she is coming across as she tried to pull a move, and maybe she was the soldier. Maybe I'd be weird. Why would you? I'm curious. Maybe just got a lucky shot. Maybe a lucky shot. Because I could choose Franny and myself and see if I get a yes, because that would explain the empath. Because we got I don't hear an Undertaker. Because the idea of there being an Undertaker, a fortune teller, and an empath in this seems very unlikely. And she could be, but she would have to be demon again. Either that, or she's going a cold call empath. That would be bold. The safe choice is Gia Claire. My worries there's a poisoner. Poisoner's gonna throw off the. What's she have to do with poison math? That's just a mind f. Oh, yeah. We'll see if I survive. I mean, I think I have a lot of credibility. Talk tomorrow. Okay.
Kirsten dead.
Aw.
No.
Okay, Kirsten.
Got a 1. I thought it was going to be Omer that died, but
Yeah, I was gonna check Gia and Claire last night. Yeah, so it's so that this makes sense. So,
Okay.
yeah, I buy it.
Are you the person who knows Omer's role?
No,
Okay. Do you have nothing for Omer? Do you have anything for Claire?
no.
Okay, I'm gonna go try to talk to one of them because those
Sounds
are the
good.
2 people I have nothing for. I
All
have
right.
Soldier for Gia, FYI.
Sounds good. I'll talk with Zach. Wants to talk with me. I'll talk
I'm
with him.
usually the belle of the ball.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay. All right. I was fortune teller. The first night I chose Sam and Kirsten. My iPad went to sleep. God damn it. Sam and Kirsten got a yes. That's why I was happy to get rid of Sam. Second day I got Taryn and Taryn and Kirsten got a yes. Problem is I think Taryn could be recluse, which may be why I'm getting a yes. And then I died.
Taryn's not recluse.
Who's not? Okay. Well, that would mean that is Kirsten the soldier?
No.
Okay, because Kirsten's
being she's been real tight with it.
okay, because she's the center of my 2 yeses. Which either means that she is the red herring or the demon, or I'm drunk or poisoned.
So I will say that based on the outsider claims, the fact that one of me or Sam 100% is the drunk, and there's only one other outsider, I trust Taryn implicitly.
Okay.
He's the saint.
Yeah, he's the saint. So he claims saint. I didn't know he claimed saint. All right. So
no
all right.
other outsiders out there. I mean, I feel like
Okay.
we can just.
So
we can just get Kirsten.
Okay. So Franny claiming empath, and she got a yes on Claire. Actually, I would talk with Claire. Is it okay if I talk with Claire? You gotta talk with Claire. Okay.
Oh.
Oh, Mister. God damn it.
Hey, Christian, let's talk.
Hey, let's do it. Hey, what's going on with you?
I'm Slayer.
Oh,
Don't shoot anyone. I
your
don't
name?
care.
You know, should anyone? Well, let's see. So you're Slayer. I was fortune teller. So
What do you got?
I got Sam and Kirsten as a yes,
Oh.
and Taryn and Kirsten as yes.
All right, so let's kill Kirsten then, right?
Yeah, why not?
Sweet.
Yeah, of course,
Nice.
she could be the red herring, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Is there pings? Are there evil pings on me?
Not that I know of. Why?
Okay, sweet. Just because Franny. Oh, I don't know what Franny is. Okay, never mind. Maybe I shouldn't say anything.
Oh. Okay. What?
I don't know. I don't know anything, Christian. This
What
isn't weird.
what did you hear about yourself?
Oh, nothing. Franny would just ask me to leave a room. That's all.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I was trying.
Okay.
That might be weird.
All right.
I kind of feel like I was kicked out of 2 rooms.
Okay.
Omer, don't to use up time. Come on.
6 alive, 3 to execute. Yeah.
There's only 2 seconds left. What should I say?
Okay. I'm gonna come out about my information. I part of me wanted to keep it to myself, but I think I've shared it to enough parties that I should put it to the whole town. I was fortune teller. First night, I checked Sam, Kirsten, got a yes. That's why I was fine with Sam dying on the first day. Okay. Second night, I checked Taryn and Kirsten, also got a yes. So obviously that puts Kirsten at the center of the puzzle, but also could be the red herring, right? I was worried that Taryn could be a recluse, so I was gonna not choose him the next night, but I died.
I
Can I
am
share
your
my-
red herring. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I actually gotta buy that. To be honest, I gotta buy it, Kirsten, that you're the red herring.
I just want to throw out there, Christian told me his info too. So I'm the empath. I got 2 nights of zeros and then I got a 1. So when I woke up, I assumed that it was going to be Omer who had died, and then I was getting that 1 on Kirsten, but I am getting it on Claire.
Claire.
Wowie. Just
Crazy.
saying. Yeah.
Claire.
I'm looking at a blue token.
So
I could be drunk. I could be. I mean, I guess I probably can't be.
I don't think you're drunk because I
don't
have
think
reason
you're
to
drunk.
Yeah.
believe you're not.
I have reason to believe you are, or Omer's
Why?
not.
What's your Omer?
But
I
I'm
still
blue.
feel like.
I see a blue token. That's all I can tell you, Franny.
Yeah.
well,
Um,
is your blue
again-
token of any use that you could help us out?
Fantastic. Yeah. I will Slayer. Now see, this is interesting.
Don't do Taryn because I think that the outsiders totally track.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I'm
the,
not
just to
gonna do him.
confirm
Yeah.
extra. He's the only
I
person
feel
who's
like
saying he's an
I don't
outsider.
know if best is Kirsten, Omer, or
Yes.
Franny. though.
Kirsten, I think is best just purely based on this fortune teller ping. Like she
Mhm.
would be the demon if she were evil.
Yeah.
I'll Slayer shot Kirsten, and I will use a field of tulips.
A whole
What a
field
weirdo.
of tulips.
That's crazy.
Claire orders some tulips on delivery truck. They arrive. A nice field of tulips to Kirsten's door. And Kirsten isn't allergic to tulips. She just loves them, puts them in her home, and nothing happens. Except for good things, because now her home has tulips in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Alright.
nominate
You
Claire
can tell
then.
me.
You nominate who?
Claire.
Tell us why.
Well, either she's telling the truth and she's a Spence Slayer, or she's lying and she's bad.
Unclear defense.
Yeah, kill me. I don't care.
Anything else before I run this vote for Claire?
Yeah, just pointing out, I definitely got to the end as a Spent Slayer last time, so it's not a, she can
Yeah.
get under the radar.
Running it.
For a second, I thought you were going back in time to gaslight us that you actually were the Spence Slayer and not him. I was like,
Remember
She's
last
so
game when I was a
good.
Slayer?
How do we feel about whatever Omer?
Oh, no, we
I feel
you-
really
you-
good about Omer now.
Your audio clocked out.
Yeah,
Claire.
you like muted yourself halfway through the sentence. Or
I
unplugged.
think we heard the gist of it.
Yeah, basically,
No,
Omer.
no.
She wants Omer dead.
Yeah, like what's up with Omer is basically the question.
Yeah, what's he claiming? I still don't know. What are you claiming?
See-
The top half of the board knows what I am.
I think that he's the mayor just because I think Dwight didn't want to re-rack a new board.
Oh.
That is not the information I was
Wait, no, that's
provided.
he would have had to re-rack if Claire's telling the truth.
I wouldn't have.
Oh.
There's a specific reason that I haven't told the whole group, and a mayor would not fall under that category.
Right. Any other noms before I end the day?
Okay.
10.
It's so fun just having all of the good roles people have claimed and just sitting here head empty, no thoughts of who's actually.
I have all the roles except for Omer.
Yeah, same.
With that, Claire has executed and doesn't die. Good night.
All right, friends. We haven't talked very much back in the chat. All right. Let's see. I mean, Franny definitely could be evil, right? That's that I don't want to kill that world, right? She spent. I'm glad that I'm glad Claire Slater shot Kirsten. I'm glad she did. I did tell Franny, then I died, right? There could be another Franny evil. The thing is, who are the people I think that Kirsten is very likely good. And I think that Taryn, unless Zach is pulling us some shenanigans here, I think Taryn's good. So we have one. Sam is fine dying. I don't know. Either way, of the living people, Kirsten, Taryn, good. Don't know Omer. Don't know Gia. Don't know Franny. It's one of those. How many? We're at 5 alive. We're gonna be down to 4, which means we get one mulligan. We're gonna get our mulligan tonight. So, yeah, we get a mulligan today, assuming that someone dies. Yeah. So there is absolutely a world where that Franny is evil. Like, and I was talking about it before. So we're gonna force them to make a kill tonight. Okay, here we go.
4 of your lives.
Oh.
You're free to
wow.
discuss. Do what you
Wow.
want.
Wow.
Whoa! I just want to throw out there, I got a 0. I'm shocked that Taryn is dead.
Hey there.
Hello.
I would love to hear your thoughts. I hope you trust me at this point. I trust you at this point.
You seem pretty likely to be good at this point, I think.
Okay, I mean, I was killed at night, and I had a lot of fortune teller claims. It's not like I had a lot of sus to think. Anyway, so there's a world so that Franny could have been gaslighting me from the beginning as empath. I don't want to forget that world. I don't know what's going on with Omer. Do you know anything what's going on with Omer?
I don't. Kirsten knows, but she hasn't told me.
Okay. I think Kirsten Reed's is good, but I mean, you play with her more often than me. I got 2 pings on her, but anyway.
She read is good to me. The pings are concerning, but I mean, my biggest concern right now is I think Gia claiming soldier.
Oh, I didn't. Did she say that in public? I missed that.
She said it's me.
Oh, okay.
Kirsten seemed to know already.
Okay.
And it like she was very eager to tell me too, which was kind of like,
do you think
purposely bank a kill so that she could be like, oh, see, I'm soldier?
Yeah. I think that's a reasonable play that someone would make. I was thinking that was Kirsten who did that, not Gia. So I do. We only get one more execution. We should not kill today. There's no reason to kill today unless. So anyway, unless we're really worried that our two evil alive, I guess, and they could like steamroll tomorrow. So anyway.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Wait. Actually, that's not even true.
Said Kirsten's useless to me. Bye.
Hello, Kirsten.
Hello. Okay, so here's the situation.
Okay.
Last game, when you claimed either fortune teller, empath, or monk, Zach was like, he must be the Raven Keeper because he's too smart to claim.
That's
that
exactly what I hoped he would think. I seriously hoped he would think that.
And so then I, as Raven Keeper, used your bluffs from the game where Zach was like, surely Christian's the Raven Keeper.
This actually I'm glad you told me this because it makes sense that you would be given my red herring because the Raven Keeper is supposed to look suspicious. So here's the thing. I don't think we should execute today. There's no reason to execute today. Okay. Because if we do, we get it wrong, we lose. We
But
can
like,
force
who
them
do
to
you
make a.
think is bad?
I honestly think that I don't know anything about what's going on with Omer. That's annoying. Gia,
Omer told me, okay, I'll tell you, but you cannot act like you know this information.
I know nothing.
Omer told me he's Undertaker and that Sam was virgin, Zach was drunk, Claire was poisoner, and he's been trying to keep it under wraps so that no one would kill him. So he could keep getting info.
I think it's Gia or Franny, to be honest.
Well, Gia said she's soldier.
But did she bank a kill to not anyway to not
Yeah,
to
exactly.
It.
Yeah, it could just
I gotta
be
go.
Gia.
Alrighty.
I just want to say with everyone here, I think a couple people left as I was saying this. I got a 0 last night.
I want to point out to town that there will be no executions left until the final execution. If we execute the next one, the game ends no matter what.
Right, I'll give you some time to talk, but it sounds like you guys are probably not.
So we should not execute today. We should definitely get.
But we should try to share info and discuss in the time we have.
Stall to wait as much as possible.
Here's a timer. I'm ending a day after the timer.
I have a question. Should everything I just learned, should I be
Sure.
saying?
I think
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just say everything.
Okay, it's time to finally. Okay, all of the why is it so weird and blah, 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 blah. The reason is because I was the Undertaker trying to protect my identity. And I got that Sam was the virgin, that Zach was the drunk, and Miss Claire refusing to tell the truth was the poisoner.
Well, I'm Slayer, so you are evil.
Or Claire, or it could have been Kirsten or Gia or even Franny who could have poisoned Omer there.
But then who's poisoning Franny? Like, one of Franny and Omer is bad, if not both of them.
It could be both.
It could be Gia. Why can't it be Gia?
I got a 0 last night. So in the world where it's Gia, I am being poisoned or.
So
That's my
I can tell
concern.
my role. I'm the soldier, so that night where there was no kill, I'm assuming they tried to kill me because I haven't heard any other claim monk or anything like that. So
Yeah,
I don't have a reason to believe that my role is fake.
Franny just said that in the world where it's Gia, she's poisoned, but in the world where it's Omer, she's also poisoned. And either way, like
That's
those
true.
two worlds can't be true because Claire is the poisoner and Omer's the world.
Yeah, she's
I'm living in the Claire and Kirsten world where either Claire's the poisoner who then shot her own.
Is it
aunt,
just
or-
Franny
How would I
again?
poison you last night, Franny?
It's not me. It is
Hey,
not
everyone.
me.
It's go to bed time unless people want to nominate for some reason.
Another.
Nice
Yeah, I'm
game.
gonna.
I
I'm gonna
told that it
nominate.
doesn't make
But
sense.
before I do
You're-
that,
You're dead, so good night.
Let's try Zach.
okay.
Yeah, there's no world I'm
Oh, this is
killing.
the problem.
I think that this Gia soldier thing we really need to scrutinize a little bit more because
No, but make that work with my thing, Zach. Make that work with my thing. I mean, I guess it works where I'm her minion.
it could work where you were the minion.
Okay. All right. We gotta dive into this world building. So Omer. So my fear is there's a poisoner world. So the poisoner world. We would have to find out which 3 people Claire poisoned, right? And yeah, unless Omer was drunk, his information must be right. Unless he's evil, which sucks. So he's evil. Oh my god, I think that him. God, if it's Omer, that would really suck. Well, if it's Omer, then Franny should be getting pings, and I mean, Claire reads is evil. I just again the social reads. I think she was given poisoner again. Yeah, it's interesting who dies here because Kirsten, it's the Ravenkeeper. I think Kirsten's got to die. Oh, Kirsten or Omer, right? Oh, okay. Well, who died?
Does not include Franny. It is Omer, Kirsten, and Gia. Discuss.
Jesus.
Well, and this makes sense because everyone alive knows that I'm Ravenkeeper. So Franny was the only one who didn't know.
I knew you implied it.
Well, but I
Would
didn't
pretty
say
helpful.
it straight up too.
Are we
Everyone-
voting out or no? Are we talking?
This is annoying.
Homer, what'd
No,
you see?
we should talk. We should talk
I
in
didn't
public.
see anything because nobody
public.
died.
Public.
It's not me and Gia, I swear.
If it's not Franny, then it can't be Gia. But I don't think it's Kirsten, which means it has
It's
to be
not
Omer.
me.
Let's
Why do we not
move
think
on.
it's Kirsten?
So Franny, how do your zero pings work? That you're drunk, you were poisoned the first 2 nights for one of the first
I
night.
think it's Claire and Kirsten, based on my information. That's what makes sense to me.
May I
If
offer
if it is not, can I just say, like, the only world where it is not those two, based on my information, is where I have been poisoned.
Yeah.
Perhaps multiple times.
And what that would track is if you were poison locked as the if you were poisoned the first 2 nights by Claire in that world, then you would have been given a 0 on Omer and then a 1 when you were unpoisoned.
Honestly, just to throw this out there, honestly, if I was poison locked, then I think the likely poisoner is Omer, because I think if you're anytime I've been poisoner, I've poisoned my neighbor in case they're the empath.
Wait, Omar, what were you gonna say though?
May I offer?
But you
I
couldn't
think
have.
this is a tough final 3 because there's
Okay.
reason to suspect everybody, but Gia only works if her soldier thing was a lie and there was a sunken kill. Kirsten's world lines up if Claire really was bad, and then mine would be if you trust Claire. So I think it really comes down to whether you trust the Claire read, and I don't trust her.
I do trust Claire because of the reaction that she had when I told her I was Saint, which was just a very genuine, like, oh my god, because she thought Omer was the claimed Saint at that point.
Maybe I'm wrong about Claire.
And then we like worked together to like.
No,
get to
why
the
would
bottom
that
of it.
what matter? If she was bad, she would still be surprised at what you were.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
My
my
opposite
reaction to
Franny.
finding
I was thinking that
Kirsten
same
was
thing.
also really good. So
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Is
the
that
games
I
are going on.
felt good about both her and Kirsten. I was suspicious of Gia, but the empath 0 on Gia
Taryn,
just
I will
wasn't
say-
track.
Taryn, I'll just say, if for whatever it's worth, I don't know how much it is because it could be coincidence, but like, when Omer was referring to somebody knew his role, I knew his role. He told me the first second of day 1, and so when I died, that's why we were fine with me dying, because
The problem is I'm suspicious of you
Also-
and your drunk virginness.
I don't think
Here's
it's
the
no.
thing.
Can I
Yeah,
put
Omer
forward a
was
world-
acting
Yes.
weird,
Can I
and
put
he had a
forward-
lot
could
of time to defend it.
I
Could it
told
be
you when as soon
Omer-
as I could.
Could it be Omer poisoner and then
Yeah.
Gia? Imp?
No, that's
Which
insane.
is
No.
that's why.
Well, maybe.
Why?
but-
Why not?
Why not? Why not?
Because
I haven't
and
even
then
talked to
Omer's
her
been
this whole
poisoning-
game.
And then
Yeah.
so you don't need to. And then I didn't talk to Claire alone the whole game. last
Omer's
game.
been poisoning you the entire
Yeah,
time.
Omer's been poisoning me. That explains why the Slayer shot doesn't work, because Kirsten's telling the truth about being Ravenkeeper. And
the
if
problem-
Omer,
Both
if Omer
baddies
knows that
right
there's
now?
a poisoner, if Omer knows, no, I'm saying in this world, Kirsten, I'm saying you're not evil. If Omer knows
No, so who
there's
do
a
I
poisoner,
nominate? Is it Gia or Omer? I think
No,
it's
no,
Actually,
both.
realms
in that
aren't
world,
open
it's
yet.
Gia.
Hold on.
In that
I'll
world,
give
It's
you the
not
timer.
Gia.
I think if Omer's a poisoner, it makes total sense for him as the Undertaker to pick somebody
It's
that
not.
he thinks is
No.
Oh, why are
wants
you
to
letting-
free
why
us
are
and
you
say
letting
that
go
they're
of
the
Last
poisoner.
timer for the game
why
is
are you
up.
letting
2.5
go of the
minutes.
Kirsten world?
What now?
Why are you letting go of the Kirsten world? Like, that doesn't make sense. Well, I mean, I get it's a world that it's Gia and Omer's the poisoner and you're poison locked. I think
I'm fine to. I'm letting go of it because nobody else seems to
Can I-
believe it.
I'm a literal coin flip between the two of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gia,
I don't.
Gia,
I,
is it
I
you?
Gia
also
and
don't
Omer
know.
are both
of
bad,
those
and so
worlds
who
make
the
sense
hell
to
do
me.
I nominate?
Well,
that
can I
will
just
get
say
us
that
a
I think that
win?
the fact that Omer came out instantly to Sam and said that he was the Undertaker makes me think Omer's more likely to be Demon because he would have the bluffs immediately versus if he was Minion,
true.
he wouldn't have.
Can I
true.
also
That's
defend
good.
myself there? Sam literally messaged me within seconds of the game starting that I was the marionette and I was so excited about it. And then
That is
he
true.
was like, just kidding. Why would
Sam
I have
told
that
me- Sam told me
reaction?
he was going to do that, though. To be fair, Sam was like, "I'm going to fuck with Omer
I'm
right
gonna-
now."
And then was my reaction not happiness so I could
No,
play
he's
on
Such a
agency?
sketchy thing to do to claim a private interaction as proof that you're good.
Well, Zach just said he knew about it.
Before I make a nom, because obviously y'all are dead. Should it be Omer or should it be Gia?
Omer.
I think Omer more.
I just don't think if
Yeah, that's how I feel too. Can
Yeah,
I like
I think
nominate
that-
Omer?
Why?
Bluff. Because
Kirsten,
Omer
what was
wouldn't have had the Undertaker bluff to go right off the rip if
For
he
bluff.
was
Did you nominate someone?
The
Yeah,
Undertaker.
so I'm
Yeah.
I'm nominating Omer because I think I am the last good person alive with a demon and a minion, and based on him immediately having a bluff, I think it's more likely that he is the demon than Gia would be. So I nominate him for that reason. And
This is wrong.
Omer, your defense.
This is wrong.
Okay.
Also suspicious.
The
of
only
Omer.
thing that doesn't make sense to me with that is what Gia's been poisoning me the whole time. For why? I find that like
So
hard
in
to
my
buy.
world,
I feel like that's
Franny,
possible.
You're a marionette,
I
and
don't-
Omer.
No, I'm not the
That's my
poisoner.
world.
I've been consistent with my role the whole time, and there is a round where there is no night kills that
I'll even
has
vote
not
for
been
this. I don't
justified in
care.
any other way
Okay.
than
It takes
someone trying to kill me.
Remember that
It
this
takes
is
2
like the
votes.
final chance to vote. So
Yes.
votes to put Omer on the
don't
block.
be like, oh, we have enough.
Yeah, exactly. So don't bring your hand down just because
Omer,
Omer's is
why
out.
are you voting for yourself?
I'm not voting for myself.
I think 4 is plenty.
It's weird that see, and then Gia didn't vote for him. Like
I
the-
don't
everything
think
is
I can,
weird.
No, just
I've
the
been
fact
saying I don't vote for
that,
him.
the fact that two of the alive people didn't vote for that, I think is a very good sign.
Hold
'cause
on,
I think
living players.
2 alive people did not vote for that. I think is a great sign.
I agree with Zach's reasoning.
No, I nominate Kirsten
Why?
because I know I am not bad. So if the other theory is Omar and I are bad together, then the other solution is it's Kirsten at the helm. So I'm gonna go with that.
Cursing your defense.
It's also possible, Gia, that we are both 2 dumb bitches that got taken to the end because we don't know what's going on. I'm good. I'm the Raven Keeper. I nominated Omar, not you, Gia, because I think that it's more likely that he's the demon. I think that we should just let it rock and let Omar get voted out. And if we lose killing Omar, it's worth losing.
All right. Anything else? Anything else before I run this vote for
That was
Kirsten?
beautiful.
Yeah, it's just relevant to the
3
decision.
votes is wild.
Freddie, what you thinking there, Franny? Because like
This
I
makes yeah, I mean it's not going to
We're
get
not
enough
gonna
votes,
get to
but this
5
makes
though.
more sense
Oh.
more sense to me from what I
Well, I have to not
know
vote for myself.
than the world where Gia has been poisoned.
Franny, if you're good and you're putting one up, then you're
Okay.
you see opening the door for a possible tie, which is a losing game, so we can't put
Right.
we can't have 3.
Anything else before I run this vote for Kirsten?
I think this is the demon.
Running it.
Imagine
Why are you yelling at me and not Sam? I'm voting.
Well, no, that's
Oh my
gonna
God.
tie it. Sam, this ties.
Oh
Sam.
my god!
Vote or no?
you Sam, why would you throw the game?
Kirsten.
They both think they're his marionette.
Nominate Kirsten.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what it
they
is. They think they're marionette.
Marionette.
Good job, Omer.
You.
Fantastic. Well done.
That's
Well
the
done.
game.
This is why I said we shouldn't reserve votes on the Omer one.
Omer, do you wish to nominate Gia?
I could never.
That makes sense.
That's so
Good job,
sweet of you.
Omer.
Thank you.
Kirsten,
job,
are you
Omer.
here?
I'm here.
So
My
you get to learn which one of you
All good.
actually
Well,
won,
I'll go ahead and end
and which
the
one
day.
actually lost.
Neither of you.
Omer, I'll be very upset if
Yeah, it's over.
There's no way Sam's the no, I don't think Sam could be the marionette. I think it's Gia.
No, it was Omer
I think it's
and
Gia
Gia.
is
We
bad.
had
It's
them.
me.
We had them fucking dead to rights.
Yeah, they both think they're
The
marionette.
fact that neither of them voted on that
Yeah.
last one.
Yeah, so Franny and Sam, I think, thought they were marionettes. So
Played like a marionette.
Imagine trusting Omer as a marionette.
I would do it. I'd do it in a heartbeat.
marionette.
yeah, I should have piled on. I wasn't sure
Yeah.
enough, Taryn. I should have piled
Good
on.
morning, everybody. Kirsten died tonight, and the game
Come
is
on.
over, and the evil team
Come on,
has
Omer.
won. The question is, who is on the evil team?
Please.
We have 2 people. currently.
Please, God.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
To the
All
person
right,
that's
I'll get to it.
It
It's
has
fine.
to be me.
Omer
It's okay.
is
No,
your imp.
Please.
Omer is your imp, who at the very last night of the game killed Kirsten, your Raven Keeper, who saw Omer as the imp. Gia was your soldier, who Omer attacked at the very beginning of the game. So
It wasn't.
kill. Taryn
Please,
was
God,
your
please.
saint.
One of them really was a marionette.
Claire was your slayer, who shot the Raven Keeper, who was the red herring.
It's gotta
to
be
Christian.
Franny, right?
It's gotta be Franny. It's gotta be Franny.
Um,
Got it.
Fortune teller.
Franny got it.
It can't not be
It was
Franny with
Franny.
the
It was
empath
Franny.
info she had.
And what happened over here is the drunk nominated the virgin, hence why I didn't trigger.
Fuck yeah.
Franny is the marionette who wins with Omer.
Let's
I'm
fucking
so
go.
sorry. This is actually really bad how that happened. I should have been
Oh,
killed
Sam.
super early. I got into a
God
private.
damn it, Sam.
So Sam messaged me saying you're the marionette, and I was acting super excited because I was excited to get on his team. Then he's like, I'm lying. And then I was like, okay, well now he'll be super clear me. Then I got into a chat with him the night that Gia
Yeah.
didn't die. And then I said to him, I was like, well, what
Why
is
did you try
Gia
to
if
kill
she didn't
me?
die? And then he's like, excuse me?
Yeah.
And I was like, you're my marionette.
Wait, you accidentally told him he's the. Oh,
Yeah.
dear God.
Wow.
I just would like to say, you know, no statement more true than at the end where I said Geo versus no bitches.
I was
Oh.
convinced Gio was the
And-
minion. I didn't understand the
Yeah.
nomination.
I didn't have the game clocked at all. I just man.
NBC.
Oh, I came back.
Okay, you're back. You're back.
No, yeah. So Omer basically was like, "Yeah. So what is Gia? Because she clearly didn't die." And I was like, "Well, Omer, that means you are the person that killed her." And then he said, "I was gonna try to like not play You're the Marionette." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll see." And then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna loop Franny." And I'm like, "Okay, well, one of us is getting lied to." But I was
Then
like,
why didn't you say anything, Sam? What the hell?
literally, because the last
No, that's not
literally-
okay.
But also, Sam, it had to be me with my empath info.
Literally,
It had
the
to
Yeah,
last
with her
game that I
empath info,
played,
it had to
I
be
was
her.
lied
Yeah.
to that I was the marionette, and then I came out with it. And I'm like, I'm not going to do the exact same game twice, so this time I'm just going to play as the marionette.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, like I said, yeah, it makes sense because, like I said, you're the virgin
You know
who
what?
gets
I'm
not
blaming
proc. You can think you're married.
I blame Omer.
So the
Yeah,
question,
I blame Sam.
when did Franny
I
know?
called
Not
Omer
my
out
fault.
day
What did
one.
Franny
I said
know?
Omer's acting weird.
I was
What did-
acting weird because I outed myself to Sam.
When did Franny know? That's what I want to know.
I knew kind of early. Omer messaged
Okay.
me. I didn't believe it at first, but
Yeah.
then I believed it when my empath info was not lining up, and then I suggested that he kill me because
Yeah,
then
thank
I
you.
think
I
it
didn't know
would
what to
make
do
it
at
look
that
less
point.
like I was the marionette. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good call,
Yeah,
actually. That was a great
I
call.
basically,
Go on.
I realized like halfway through the game, I'm like, well, Omer won regardless because the amount of like, Franny and I are feeding him every piece of information and building every world possible where it's not him, and so then I'm like, Omer won regardless, and I just have to hope that I'm winning with him.
Right.
What?
yeah.
To be fair, you were the better ally this game. I barely talked to Franny the whole time.
I will say, Sam, it was also a tough setup because, yeah, you are next to the demon, and the way I set it up, too, like, I put the day one role as the drunk. You were almost never getting proc unless you played Hidden Virgin, so it was hard for you to solve it yourself.
Yeah,
So,
you overcorrected for the virgin setup last time. Like you're like, hey, how can I get like the most closed off virgin setup, which doesn't really confirm very
hey,
much.
It was possible. I just wanted to make it fun, and it ended up being a fun ending. So,
Yeah.
haha.
No,
Goal obtained.
we're close.
I just didn't. I hope people aren't too upset. I was like, I do not want
Oh, no.
both of my games to be I win with good because I throw the demon under the bus after being lied to that I'm the marionette. I'm like, surely we have to get a little bit of a difference.
Oh, is that what
I
happened?
mean, I was the saint again.
Oh, I do hold that against you, Sam. Actually,
Sorry.
I didn't realize that was the reasoning.
Well, but it was like the first time when Claire told me I was her marionette, I was able to close off
Yeah.
the world where I was the marionette so that I could come forward with it. This one I was
Yes.
just hoping.
That you're totally right. That's the way to play it. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
whatever.
Yeah, if I get told I'm marionette, I'm just like, I care about nothing else besides one, solving if I'm marionette, two, deflecting for my demon at that point. I don't care if it makes sense. So,
Well, I appreciate it.
all right, thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
All right.
All right,
Great stuff.
thank you guys. I'm gonna wrap it up, but
Hey, folks. Well, tough one in the last one. Just one more vote. I mean, like I was inclined to do it. Like, this is what I get for being cautious, right? It's like in case we solve the game later, I wanted that vote available to lift it, right? But man, just too close. I did not expect the marionette double. The marionette double. You know what? Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm fine losing. It's I think so. I was like, yeah, so I just wanted to have that vote available in case it all clicked into place as to what the win was. But I did not. I thought 4 was going to be enough. To be honest, I saw 4. I'm like, 4 is good. In fact, they pulled out a 4th. Like, my God. Yep. So anyway, but it was good stuff. We had a really solid first win game. Second game, I think that I was off on a lot of things. I thought Claire was evil. I don't have a very good read on Claire. I think I was convinced the way that Claire responded, she was evil. Other people are like, no, she must be good. It's like, oh, okay, interesting. So fun games though. Good one, close one down to the end. The killing of the marionette, I thought that was a really smart play. I thought that was a smart play because that took Franny. That made me trust Franny enough to talk to her, and really just not consider the world where she's evil, and therefore not think about the marionette world. That worked really well. That was good. Yeah, and especially considering, in a way, it was almost one of the only plays that made sense. You can't shoot the soldier. You can't shoot the Raven Keeper. Shoot your shoot the hostage. Shoot the marionette, right? So it was by happenstance a really effective play. It was good stuff, good idea. I mean, you could have also. I mean, I didn't think it was. I was heartened that my read on Kirsten was right. It's like I don't think it's Kirsten. The order of operations there, I'd be like, I would have really been snowed if it was Kirsten. I'd really give her a hearty congratulations if she was the imp after all that. Number 2, it was with Gia. I just didn't have a read on Gia. It's hard to have a read on Gia, and I get to talk to so few people during these things that I didn't really talk to Gia at any of these games. I really should. I talked to her a bit in the previous game, but I think that. Yeah, I mean, I will say there is a way that Omer hms and has a little bit that was starting to prick me up, and I was like, okay, I'm fine with the Omer kill. But I didn't pile on my dead vote, right? Because that would have locked this in. I would have had to make a decision. It has to be Omer. We have to lock it in. I just didn't see a world where other votes are being piled on, and it all came down to the marionette play. Oh, that's great. That's another wonderful use of the marionette. So, just kill Omer every time. Perhaps. I was very susceptible to the poisoner world that he was selling. Because I think I was tunneling in on that a bit, especially once he mentioned Claire was a poisoner. I was like, okay, someone's got to be poisoner. But the marionette down at the end, man, what a great twist! Good games. So fun stuff. Franny got her win the second time. That's awesome. Especially when she was able to suss out that she must be the marionette. That's always when it feels great, right? When you're the marionette. The way to win as marionette is if you suss out, I've got to be the marionette, and then you go all in. And she did. That's great. Yeah, so that worked out well. He was very cagey. According to... So that's the thing I thought was strange. Franny was selling that Omer was cagey for a long time. So I was like, did she find out recently? No, she found out pretty early. Yeah. Claire lost both games. Claire's very good. Claire's got plenty of wins under her belt. she's doing great. I've seen her have some fantastically clutch wins. That's when the wins are sort of spread around, some great clutch wins. So, yeah. No, that's so funny. Yeah, I understand Sam's position that if you're not sure, you're not the marionette. Why? Like it's so. I think that he had to make a probabilistic assessment. How likely am I to be the marionette versus how likely? Because the other world is that but he knows Omer was the imp. He knew Omer was the imp, so he had to assess: is it more than 50% likely that I'm the marionette? When there's other, so I think that's the puzzle that needed to be solved. And it's another example of what I perennially come back to. And this is not a knock on Sam in any way. Is that so much of the game is just convincing other people around the board. You having to do damage control as to what people think are going on. That's why, by the way, marionette is my favorite role for like this exact reason. It's my favorite role. It's amazing. It's a role with no tangible power, but the mere fact that it's in the game changes the game. And it has no power, and yet it's incredibly powerful. What a beautiful paradox. So yeah. And it says, yeah, if your imp doesn't tell you till the final 3, I would generally never believe them. Yeah, I mean, that's true if you wait too late. Man, I tell you, the only time, I think I only played one game where I falsely believed I was the marionette. And it was a game where my demon was not the demon, they were the lunatic. I believe, if I recall, if I'm remembering this right, like Jofo was the lunatic, thought he was the demon, and was told I was his marionette. And it was just a wild thing. And unfortunately, like there was a piece of mechanical information that we could have read into to realize that Jofo must be the lunatic, and therefore I can't be the marionette. What would I say is the hardest role to play, if any? I mean, to me, being the demon is the hardest. Just in general, being the demon is hard. The minions, you can go and do damage. You can cause chaos. I mean, to me, evil. I have such a hard time playing evil in general. So I mean, I find playing the demon just generally very difficult. I mean, you have to keep so many more stories bouncing around. And if you get found out, you're dead. So if you're the imp and there's no Scarlet Woman, that's the hardest one. It's that simple. The marionette is tricky and fun, but there's often enough clues. There's a lot of times enough clues to know if you're the marionette or not. A lot of the time. All right, so I think we're gonna finish up here. Thank you all so much for coming by. It was great having you. It's great being back. Hope you all are doing well, and talk to you all soon. Take care.